The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure. Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Otonodo!
Come into the mountains, sight and
high-profile criminal case involving alleged financial irregularities at the National Service Authority was continued on Wednesday at Accra Criminal Court at Criminal Court 4 of the High Court in Accra, with the prosecution indicating that its intention to amend charges against the accused Giftawari Mensah in the ongoing 38 million cedis fraud trial. Now, the case was presided over by Justice Audrey Kokuvite, and the accused person, Giftawari Mensah, a former Deputy Director General of the NSA, was present in court and represented by a legal team led by Gary Nimako Mafo, assisted by Nanabin Akon, Nana Befi Yabua, and Fatimatu Abubakar. The Republic represented by Director of Public Prosecutions Yvonne Atakra Obobisa, together with Dufi Prempe, Principal State Attorney, Yao Aqua, State Attorney, and Selasi Kavianu, Assistant State Attorney, informed the court that it was ready to continue with case management conference proceedings. Well, the prosecution took the decision to go ahead with the case after the Attorney General Dominic Ayene told the public that the state had rejected a plea bargaining deal initiated by one of the accused persons in the 38 million cedi National Service Authority scandal. According to the Attorney General, one of the accused persons in the NSA payroll fraud case, widely linked to former Deputy Director General Giftawari Mensah, offered to refund 22 million cedis out of an alleged 38 million cedi loss to the state. The proposal, however, was tied to a condition that the suspect would avoid full criminal prosecution. Dr. Ayene said his office flatly rejected the offer, insisting that repayment alone cannot substitute criminal accountability, particularly in cases involving large-scale abuse of public funds. And this is what the Attorney General said at that time. He said, yes, offers keep being made, but sometimes the offers are made conditional on people bringing their money and walking away, and I say no. The Attorney General told journalists during media briefing last month, he stressed that while the legal framework allows for plea bargaining and restitution, such processes must not undermine the criminal justice system or create the impression that accused persons can simply pay their way out of prosecution. That's what the Attorney General just for yourself and then read to know the details. Still in the Daily Gist newspaper, I'll walk you through the story captured on page 2 of the Daily Gist newspaper. And it says that ministers still draw free fuel against president's order. That story is by Daniel Bampo, captured on page 2 of the Daily Gist newspaper. And the headline is saying that ministers still draw free fuel against president's order. A fresh controversy has emerged around the John Mahama administration's widely publicized decision to cancel fuel allowances for political appointees, following candid remarks by the Minister for Government Communications, Felix Kwachiofosu, which suggests that ministers continue to enjoy fuel entitlement under the terms of their appointments. Speaking at the Jubilee House during a media engagement as part of the Government Accountability Series, Felix Kwachiofosu offered a rare insider explanation of the benefits attached to ministerial appointments, laying bare what he described as standard conditions of service for ministers of state. His comments have reignited public debate about whether the government's fuel allowance cancellation is being applied in practice or exists largely as a policy signal. Well, according to the minister, every minister's appointment letter clearly spells out the resources they are entitled to in order to perform their official duties effectively. And then he explained that ministers are provided with official vehicles, including a four-wheel drive vehicle, typically a Toyota Land Cruiser, as well as a saloon car. Now, these, he stressed, are duty post vehicles rather than personal gifts and are meant strictly for official use. Kwachiofosu noted that in many cases, new vehicles are procured when a new government assumes office, largely because existing vehicles inherited from previous administrations are often no longer roadworthy or capable of meeting the operational demands placed on the ministers. He said this practice has become routine across successive governments. Beyond vehicles, the minister explained that accommodation is another key entitlement. Ministers are either housed in refurbished government bungalows or, where such accommodation is unavailable, are paid a rent allowance equivalent to 20% of their basic salary, calculated at the prevailing market rates. Did you understand that? I'll read it again for you. So that ministers are either housed in refurbished government bungalows or, where such accommodation is unavailable, they are paid a rent allowance. And that rent allowance is equivalent to 20% of their basic salary, calculated at present market rates.
No such thing. There is no such thing.
But this one, there is that such thing.
Possible.
But he said, he added that ministers also receive a consolidated salary that includes various emoluments previously paid separately. He also said that the several presidential staffers and presidential aides appointed by this administration are of the same conditions as ministers and deputy ministers, respectively. So if you know any presidential staffer or any presidential aide appointed by this administration, they are equivalent to ministers. And that also makes us understand the concern, the huge burden on the public purse during the previous administration. The huge burden on the public purse during the previous administration, because we had over 100 presidential staffers, and all of them, you see, all of them are equivalent to ministers, and they are entitled to the benefits a minister is entitled to. So all of those presidential staffers plus all of those ministers, my the supply of 4 helicopters to support defense, security, and transport operations. The deal confirmed by Airbus Helicopters in January 2026 marks the company's return to the Ghanaian market and forms part of the government's broader defense modernization program outlined in the 2026 budget statement. However, beyond its technical and operational significance, the new agreement has reopened public debate. The new agreement has reopened public debate. On macroeconomic management, fiscal consolidation, debt sustainability, and coherence between fiscal and monetary policy. A lot of English. I'll read it again for you. Provide strategic counsel on macroeconomic management, fiscal consolidation, debt sustainability, and coherence between fiscal and monetary policy. That is one part of the mandate of this group. Advise on structural transformation, industrial development, competitiveness, and export-led growth strategies. Also offer guidance on sectoral development, private sector expansion, investment mobilization, and sustainable job creation. Support the design, sequencing, implementation.
You got a vision, you got a...
But the whole aim of this group is to support the president for a better economy. Simple as that.
Find your passion.
Sixtus Ullo is joining me. Sixtus, good morning. Good morning. How are you, senior?
God is good.
How's your commute to work this morning?
That's not good.
How was your commute to work? You say we should not go there. What happened?
Okada half of the way. More than half of the way.
I see.
After waiting 1 hour.
I also had my fair share of trouble this morning. And this was a Yango driver. You should relax. Say again.
Shout out to my Okada driver.
What's his name? You didn't ask?
Alaj.
You should be asking their names and then you can be preaching them. Talking about Okada drivers, good morning to you, Pepra. Pepra is my most trusted Okada rider. Right now that their work is legal, he's very happy.
He's very happy.
He's very happy. He's my most trusted rider. He's very safe and quick.
Nice one.
That's the two most important things.
This man appeared from nowhere. One frustration was eating me up.
Then he carried you.
He carried me to airport.
See, the frustration is coming from the transport situation, yeah?
Yes, that is where it's coming from.
It's hard, though.
And funny enough, the road is empty.
This morning?
So the bus stops are choked, but the roads are empty.
What is happening at the bus stops?
There are people there waiting for cars that are not
so
coming.
they're choked with people.
With people.
But the buses are not there.
But the buses are
the drivers, they don't want money or what?
It check like the people, all the ghosts, the trees, the mountains that turn into human beings for the Christmas, though, they are still around.
But if ghosts, mountains, trees are turning into human beings, can't some of them turn into cars?
No.
If a ghost is turning into a human being, ghost turn into a
Because
car and
it's
make
simply
money.
inexplainable how all of a sudden we are struggling with shortage of vehicles on the roads. I don't want to, well, it might be too early to begin to point accusing fingers at GPRTU and the other one. Abbas is GPRTU.
Yes, Abbas is
There's
GPRTU.
another one. There's
Concerned
a
Drivers
Concerned Drivers Association. I don't want to believe that this is sabotage.
Let me stop you there. I like watch the screen.
What's happening?
Noble Crosby and Sixtus Ullo, ESQ.
Yes. yes. I suffered for it for many years.
Yeah, it's nice. Seeing it is nice.
I suffered for it. No, but Jerome, you have to clearly distinguish that the ESQ is attached to Ullo.
But you were talking about your trouble this morning.
Yes. So I really don't want to believe that it is sabotage, because I cannot understand how all of a sudden there's a shortage of vehicles on the road and we are struggling to get cars. You cannot say it's a situation of traffic because the lorry stations and the bus stops at various locations are all choked with people. But once you hit the road, you realize that the roads are empty.
Right.
Traffic is flowing nicely. So, I mean, where are they? Where are all the vehicles? Where? Or they are still in the Christmas mode? It's difficult to understand.
You see, the annoying part is that this morning I am just noticing or hearing that fuel prices have
again gone down.
Gone down.
Yes.
In fact, if you look at Goil right now, we are hitting single digits.
Even Goil.
Yes, even Goil.
Yes. Even Goil.
I like the even Goil. You know, Ishmael Amachi is in the newsroom. So when fuel prices were not so kind to him, there was a kind of fuel he was using. And you know those kinds of fuel, they may not be very good for your vehicle. So when fuel prices went down, he decided to go and buy Goil. Is there when he bought the Goil fuel in the car sounded different. We're looking at single-digit fuel prices right now, Charlie. For Super, we've hit 9 cities, 99 pesos. And for Diesel XP, from 11 cities, 96 pesos to 11 cities, 21 pesos. And Super XP, 95, 13 cities, 97 to 13. Okay, still at 13 cities, 97 pesos. But fuel prices have gone down again. This is just news I'm getting from Guel. So we're wondering why the drivers are not taking advantage of this to increase, their trips, but rather wanting to fleece customers. What is happening? Yesterday, I saw a video on social media, and it was the video of a task force, a security task force that have been deployed to various parts of the capital, and it is to let drivers comply with approved fares. I don't know what you make of that.
Yes, and one also, I almost made them arrest somebody yesterday. You see that thing that they'll tell you straight. You like, sit. You don't like, go away. You see that thing? I almost made a friend policeman arrest somebody yesterday. I mean, drivers and mates are capitalizing on whatever the situation is to excessively profit from it and to further burden commuters. I mean, when things are not good, when fuel prices skyrocket, we all join to condemn the government, and we all lambast the government and call out the government. If government is doing its part, we shouldn't be the ones to now turn around and classify, stratify and classify ourselves, and some will now tend to put burden on another class of people. You are a car owner, you are a driver, or you are a mate. Now is not the time for you to create your own fares. You say you are going to Kaswa Street, 15, I don't know the Kaswa fare. So let's say Medina Street from here. Then you say 10 cities. It doesn't matter where you are dropping. So even if you pick from Afrikiko to Waterworks, to Waterworks, you say 10 cities. It is not cool. That is, you are extorting people.
Sixtus, so yesterday, I had a private conversation with a few drivers. I wanted to understand their thinking, why they are doing what they are doing. And this is the scenario that one painted for me. So he is a driver who has a car owner. He has to make sales to the car owner. But maybe he has the sales the car owner is looking for, maybe 500 cedis every day. That 500 cedis, you can get it when you go on 5 trips in the day. But if the roads are choked because of how narrow the roads are, because of how bad the roads are, and he is not able to go on that 5 trips because if there's traffic, it will delay you. If you are staying in traffic, it means you are buying more fuel. It means you are spending more. Although fuel prices have gone down and all of that, if he has to meet that 500 trip, that 500 cedis worth of 5 trips, and if he cannot go on that five number of trips, he would rather go on 4 or 3 trips and then charge more so that he can be able to pay what he has to pay his car owner. This is his thinking. This is what is motivating. This is one of the reasons why some of the drivers are doing what they are doing, because they say that the traffic situation is bad. They spend a lot of time on the roads. It means fuel is consumed. A lie.
Because of what is happening, there's no traffic on the roads. Do you get it? And which is the point I sought to make from the beginning. Right from Amrahia.
Yes, Amrahia.
The traffic is flowing because all the trotros that load from Amrahia as a major point or station, they are full. So once you get out of the construction zone, and the go slow is there because of the construction work, not because of the usual traffic concerns. It's a construction zone. Speed limits are heavily regulated. Portions of the roads closed to traffic. So you are all forced to use one portion. So of course there will be a jam at certain points of the road. So that creates the traffic. Now, from Amrahia, let's say to Taxi Rank, which is the link, connecting the main Ebri Adenta Road. That is, it's always been a usual traffic point. So if you experience traffic there, it is normal.
There's generally
Crosby, from Adenta barrier, and anybody who uses that road knows that point. From Adenta barrier, all the way up to 37 this morning, there's no traffic.
Okay. So
and it is not because the people have cars to move. On all the major points, bar stops along this route, people are choked up there.
Okay, so when the cars are released, it means that there'll be traffic, Anna.
When the cars are released?
Yes, as in when the people get cars, it means everybody will be in a vehicle.
Not necessarily. So it will also come down to what points and times people move. Those of us who will probably leave home at 5:30, we won't get caught up in the traffic that starts building up at, say, 6 o'clock.
Yes, but not everybody leaves at 5:30.
No, but a number of people leave early, not because they have early work schedules, but just because they want to avoid the build-up.
Okay, so I want to ask a general question. That is there generally, before all of this scarcity, demand, supply, before all of it started, do we have unbearable traffic in Accra? Especially peak hours?
Yes, at certain points.
And this is before all of this.
And this is before all of this. And this was even before the Christmas troubles and all of that. But that's normal, Crosby. So is it my fault that there's traffic? You are charging me for traffic. But you are charging me for bad roads. Am I the contractor?
In the mind of the driver.
Or I'm the traffic director?
No, you're not. In the mind of the driver, should he be the one to bear the brunt of staying in traffic that long?
Should who be?
Should he, the driver? Should he be the one?
Should I be? Am I not staying in the same traffic with you? No, you see, this kind of reasoning must be dealt with. Do you get it? And see, there are a lot of times that you take, especially these taxi drivers. A taxi driver will tell you that, what is that one? If I go and get somebody to come back, or there's a lot of traffic on the road, or the road is not bad, so I'm charging you plenty because why am I the one bearing the cost of that? Am I the Minister for Road Construction?
Let me play a voice for you. And this happened yesterday as part of the task force thing that I'm talking about. And then we'll read some of the comments.
And by the way, the task force should start this morning from on the
task force. Their job is plenty.
The Medina Road.
Everywhere.
Medina Road, Dodowa, what do you call it? Ebri Road. They should go and arrest all the. So go and stand at Zongo Junction. In fact, let me give you people an idea. Don't go wearing tax force. Don't do that. Go and pay the fare at Zongo Junction.
You listen to this. Listen to this.
Yeah, justice for us. Tax force are working.
So, Sixtus, that's a voice, and it was between a task force operative and then a driver, and it was that take the money before you start the journey. The driver says, "Me, I've told them already that. So if you are sitting in the car, you are willing to pay the extra." How do we find a solution to this?
Which station was this?
I think this is Sekil.
Okay. So you see that particular driver or mate in that altercation. The owner of that vehicle is not getting the money that they are generating.
That the driver is generating.
Yes. But so that's the other thing that I am tempted to excuse the owners of the cars. because there's a fixed amount that every driver is supposed to remit to the car owner at the end of the week of operations. So if a driver is supposed to pay, let's say, 500 cedis every week, if this driver, through this Takashi, manages to make, let's say, 2,005, the owner of the car gets 500 cedis, and the driver and his mate will share the 1,005 or the 2,000. So who is benefiting? So all of this is not even about, and the car, who is responsible for the repairs of the car?
In fact, reading the comments that have come under this sound that I played for you, somebody's asking, does the car belong to the task force or national security? The car belongs to the driver or the car owner. That's the response the person is getting. And this one says that, okay. He says, do they go to their offices to tell them what to do? And it's referring to the national...
Does who go to which office?
Do the drivers go to the offices? Do they go to their workplace to tell them what to do? Just
go
like
to whose workplace?
The national security, then the task force people, do they go to their workplace to tell them what to do?
No, there's... There was a law on profiteering. I don't know whether it's still good law. Look, but you cannot seek to profit excessively from innocent people. There's a reason the fares are announced, agreed upon by GPRTU itself, and announced by GPRTU itself.
Not all the drivers
Crosby,
are members of GPRTU.
It doesn't matter which union you belong to. All the unions agree on these prices.
Not all of them too are joining.
Relax. Oh,
some are roadside drivers.
There's not a single trotro driver in this town who is called a roadside driver. I'm telling you that on authority.
All of them belong.
Each driver, each single trotro belongs to a station.
You think so?
I'm not thinking. I'm telling you that on authority. You can't just pick trotro and start driving on the road because you own a car. It doesn't work like that.
No.
Crosby, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you.
But I'm also telling you that there are people who are operating trotro buses who don't belong to stations. They don't belong to unions.
There is no such person in this town. If you go to Madena, all the trotro drivers who operate from Madena, they know themselves. They have a structured union with executives. They pay, what do they call that thing? I don't want to call it dues, but for lack of a better, let me call it dues. They have what they call accreditation for themselves.
Yes.
So if you are not a Madena driver, you cannot go and load from Madena. They know that you are not one of them, and they will chase you away.
You cannot load from
so
the Madena station or the Madena
all those who ply between Madena and Eburi, they know the vehicles. The vehicles are registered in ways and means that are understood by they themselves. So you can't you can't just wake up because you have an oven line in your house. There is a shortage of vehicles, then you pick and you go and stand at Madena and start shouting. No, they will come for you. So it is structured. Fares are agreed upon. You cannot come and say that I don't belong to any of the unions, and so if you say 5 Ghana, I will charge 7 Ghana. No. What I have seen, which probably is a conversation for other companies to do, I have seen drivers who have used company vehicles to load from stations, but they are not going to stand there. Maybe the person is going to, let's say the person is going to Madena. He's close from work. He's driving a company vehicle from Afrikiko to Madena. Then he gets to the Afrikiko bus stop. There are a lot of people there. He stops and he says, Madena. Even in that, the instances that I have personally witnessed, they collect the exact amount that the regular trotro would have charged. Some of them will say, this straight thing, because he's not a regular trotro, doesn't have a mate, no time to be giving you change. You just say 5 cedis flats. Then you all sit down, pay your 5 cedis, and you go. But there's not a single trotro operator in this town that will say that I don't belong to a station. So your fare, I'm not bound by what you agree upon.
So let me make my point. There are a number of drivers who operate daily. but they don't belong to a station. They are not registered to any station in the capital whatsoever.
Okay.
They don't have any association or affiliation to any union or any organization, GPRTU, concerned drivers, nothing. You have your vehicle. You have bought your vehicle. You go to whichever insurance company to register your insurance. You do all your paperwork. Okay. Can you do your paperwork as a commercial driver without being part of a station or a group?
But you don't need
okay
union membership to do insurance.
Good.
Or roadworthy.
This person buys the vehicle, goes to do his insurance, his roadworthy certificate, roadworthiness, and then gets a conductor. He's a driver, he has a mate. And they start from bus stops. He wakes up from his house, takes his mate in the vehicle, they start loading from Ashoman Estate to Madina.
So that's the other mistake you have made again. You don't just start loading. The local assembly has to register you. Did you know that?
Sisters, but what is the reality?
Did you know that?
What is the reality we are facing?
What reality?
That all of the drivers are registered with local assemblies.
Yes.
All of the drivers in the capital. All the drivers.
I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. There's not a single trotro that on the streets that is not registered to the local assembly.
The local assembly.
And that is why they are also organized. So if you're applying between Madina and Dodowa again, let me use that example. If you're applying between Madina and Dodowa, you have the LADMA. Is it LADMA?
Yes.
Yes. So you have the Madina Assembly sticker. You are registered with them. They know you.
Yes.
You are operating from Madina. They know you. So you would probably have that one I'm not sure, at the other end. Whether you would have the Dodowa, that one I'm not sure.
Okay.
But because of the organization that they also have, there's a way they also identify themselves at the other end. That is why when you are past 37, this 37 here, the lorry station, when you are passing by, you hear a loudspeaker. Befa car was station. So if something is missing,
why are they telling them that?
Because people move from other places to come and load from the roadside.
All those
it's not because the people are not registered with other stations. Somebody will pick a trotro, will move from Circle because the driver wants quick whatever.
Yes.
He's originally supposed to do business from Circle. That's his station. That's where he's registered. But he'll move an empty car from Circle and run through the roads, probably get to 37. Because 37 is a major hub, it will stop at 37 by the fuel station there and start loading people.
So you say that all the
anyway, Crosby, I think the point is believable. It's really irrelevant. I don't even know why we're arguing on this. Because it is irrelevant to the point.
Because it does not exist. And these are part of
It's fine.
These are part of the reasons
we are
why
wasting precious
we are
time
experiencing the situation we're experiencing right now.
No, this has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with whether truck belongs to a union or not. It belongs
to a union and registered to an assembly, and that no trotro driver or no trotro vehicle can operate on solitary mode without belonging to a station. It does not exist like that in where we find ourselves. And these are the reasons why we're experiencing the things we're seeing, because the market is that free. I'm reading a comment here, and this one says that on what right is security services doing what they are doing? If government they should do the needful and stop ambushing the drivers. The root cause is government failure in public transport. GPRTU is just interested in upward fare adjustment. Okay, these are a few comments that have come on our Facebook stream. And good morning to you, Derek. Good morning to you, Atoke Sky Man. Let's make a few calls on this subject, because like we mentioned yesterday, this is a campaign that we're staying on, and we need to understand what is happening before we can be able to proffer solutions. So call us on 0559-242-717 or 0556-910154. Call us on any of these numbers and then share with us your thoughts. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yes, I'm called Great Alliance.
Okay, Great Alliance, I'm listening.
Boss, Udra Nyankopon Ayadumama, Yawandia Akamasi. ama amanfo agwohye me papa me dinamo fidi so me tremo ada omate ya me shira mo mo kwatente na pompe na hondo na gene yensa manya what you say just for our over Tema West over as incoming chairman ya me shira Tema West for moto abaman sure Tema muke that's the rare way because the Osha Tinumu obetumi lodu La Paz to estate. So Oba no who say yes, Daddy St. John's Ayama amount for Equa. No 38 lodu St. John's to Pokwase. What I say? And just the Dankatanu Ponu GPRC ne Omo Association no munti Omo Atamase because there was there. Christiano said the Jabe Kosu ye Amaya. And the government was their own provided buses. The buses, no allocated buses to other roads now yet actually. And it's no buses, yes, Jimana. Don't transform some package selling person. Now, Yendipa and far. Almost better, almost lot of them. So, better young, Sadia, they are more because almost your public drivers are almost open for so. So I'm plan for so acquire on the first one yet coming. Or no question on that for it government in the water on provided vehicles in areas now so the focus sessions in Normana or Munyaka. That's Mishra.
Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Elios, Big Base.
All right, I'm listening.
Sibia Bokode.
I'm here to be IFI.
Minia. Income beach rail. Oko Medina, May Station. A cabi car. Omo Hoa. Omo Ludu. Free Medina. Ododo. San Quafono. Omo Johnny Union. Omo Johnny Union. Because the same thing, Medina roadside. Cabinumu Lodi. To Medina Dodo. Omo Johnny Union. Bia. I don't know create problem nira. Aka to me pamo munini for roadside bus station. Wabe journey union. May you sure say start from no bono abejaye. It's a road minister road can say a transport minister. And find a nice form because a young be on per se almost say party no and our NDC party no way. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my friend.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Ben Nkwabi. I hope you are doing well.
Hey, Ben, I'm listening. Go straight to the point.
Thank you. Let me say good morning to my MP, Honorable Elifil Maklubu and Honorable Agbo Obganis for the yeoman job doing. And I appreciate my MP very much for acknowledging with the police agent in 2024. God bless him. And whatever she has done for us, may the good Lord himself reward her. And it shall be well with her. And I know she will not be one-time MP as some fake prophets are saying. You see, my brother, Crosby, it's really sad in this country. And let me appreciate my government, especially the AG, for making sure that our NDC member, former chief executive of Maslow, is also coming to come and face her judgment. Because see, NDC really love the country called Ghana and want to make sure that you will let each and everyone account for his or her day. That is why we came from the background of probity and accountability. This is what we want. So if Tamaklo is coming, who is what? Kenufuriata, Mr. White. And as I'm concluding, please, President John Dramani Mahama, fantastic, your governance is listening. Yesterday, I listened to a certain program, all those the economy, governance, everything is perfect. I'm pleading with you. Identify the NDC businessmen and empower them. Because now we have greedy traders in this country. We have greedy car owners and also drivers who are making sure to cheat drivers, to cheat passengers. We are pleading with you.
Thank you.
Empower those NDC and make sure they will be doing the work so that others who don't want to reduce their prices will collapse their business.
Hello, good morning. Oh, we lost the caller there. You can still call us on 0559242717 or 0556910154. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine.
I'm losing you. Your line is not too clear. Sorry, please call me back. I'm losing you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you're calling from?
Mbacho Aziz name Kazafi Domi.
Aziz, please, I'm listening.
Yeah, that's Nejuma Fanamisha. Mbacho Mamentia Gaspa. I was in my west. In Kamichaba. Kind of and a lawyer Zuma. I was Abon. I mean, and a lawyer TDC director Charisma Kasi. Over the Nokabian Swa. Yame Enshra, my only MC number 1. Honorable Agbo. Drip ship. Set Agbo. Yamenshra Munyan. And a John Agbavo. Or what them on a mobile. Wait a minute, Pachu. Your best, Kankan Dodowa. Dodo to Medina to Dodowa. Or only the West Kura. Sometimes, you know, even an opampo, where you na ukwa, and now Ukwa Juma, Ufi Medina, Ukwa Juma, and Yasen Kitwa. Sika Muji, no, Lori Fenwa, a boo on Okodo do Street to, or no so Kwamanya, or Deben Debea, no Ginity speech until before they do, Dodo one, I was spending 20 Ghana. A day 9 cities now, who spend 20 Ghana. A grand numerous dear, Bobo, who best spend 30 cities, and numeric the Ukofia. What's in Kitwa? Until best say, Sanama will know, I mean, who be the government is do, or better not pay, it's a bad, you know, and as I to say, rock it in Kitty Binoa. Naka, you better kill them down. What the Amu Yana means me, do I mean, Tiase, obviously, Omun and transport at the better. And you're Nuntia, because that's what you know, Argentina, Omutimi and share Omu. No Mundim, so much Omuti. Argentina Omuyosa. A agenda, and Omu setting Omuye. Open so Omu government in governable, which is yet. Nti mesre excellency mesre penifon na mumma mu na NC for the mu nyɛ sa no sa nkrofo ya mu yɛ ni agenda na omutimi yɛ me das nyame nhyiraw.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is Tete. I'm calling from Circle.
All right, I'm listening to you.
Great. So I just want to make a contribution.
Please do.
Your earlier colleague was speaking about the fact that these structures must belong to a union. Practically, it doesn't work. I used to have a couple of them. Once you get it and you get the necessary registrations and you hit the road, all you need is a driver and a mate who begins to solicit for passengers. Unless you want to load from a station, then it is mandatory that you have to have a union. The law itself says that you should belong to a union before you operate it, but practically it doesn't happen. Now, to the issues that are happening, look, I think that what the government must do, that's my view anyway, is to begin to mark the vehicles in terms of their destination. So if you have a vehicle and it is traveling from Accra to Medina, they should mark Accra to Medina. That way, when you join the vehicle, the driver cannot tell you, I'm just going to 37 and that's my stop. So you pay me 37.
Right.
And then if you want to continue to Medina, you pay the extra. Then it is easy to clamp down on some of these drivers who are doing or are charging people exorbitant fares. Because without that, the driver can just sit in and say, I'm going to 37. Because there's shortage, you join. And once you join, he gets 37. I like you guys. And because there's shortage, you now lose again and saying, I'm going to maybe Shiashi.
Right.
So if you mark the vehicles, it's a statutory thing which now forces all car owners to mark the vehicles in terms of their routes they are plowing. It becomes easy for people to now point out and then enforce these standard fares. The other thing is the government itself must be involved, i.e. providing transport to give these vehicles some level of competition. That way it becomes difficult for them to exorbitant fares on passengers. That's what I want to say.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your contributions. Hello, good morning. We lost the caller there. You can call us too on 0559242717 or 0556910154. Hello, good morning.
Well, my brother.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you calling from? Oh, Papa BC.
My name is Papa BC, my brother.
Papa, I'm listening.
Charlie, nice contribution by the previous caller. Fantastic one. The market system. fantastic. So, I mean, the transport ministry should take it up. Now, you've heard of the drop in what you call it, fuel price, right?
Yes, we all know that.
Yeah, 9 cedis for the goil, a liter for petrol, right?
Yes, 9 cedis, 99 pesos for goil.
And I'm told His Excellency Vice President Jim Nana Upuku will be meeting the transport ministry. There's a need for them to take it up by this time around. Like I said yesterday or 2 days ago, they should also buy the small trotters, those buses, small trotters. It can employ a whole lot of people. You understand me? They should also join. The transport ministry should join there. But like, all thanks to His Excellency John Mahama, backed by his Chief of Staff Julius Debra, the Minister of Finance, Gold Board, and all those appointees like the TDC boss at Tetema. You understand me? Making the work of this government so wonderful for Ghanaians. And we thank Ghanaians for voting out.
Thank you.
The previous government.
Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Crosby. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Talk to
Yes,
me.
Collins,
yes.
North Municipal. Let me greet your parents, listeners, and Honorable Lady Kashimo. Papa will be saying good morning. As Papa said, and the next caller before Papa be speak, yes, I'm agreeing with him, and me, you see, something like this, it won't work. Because the best solution is to bring more transport into the system. Because what they are doing is deliberate. Criminalism is totally criminal. Look, I have a driver today. If he see me, he laugh and tell me personally that, one by with the Charlie, one by look at this. So meaning the drivers are enjoying while we the passengers. We are more than the drivers. We are suffering because the charging is beyond. We are paying more than that. Across Ghana, why? Today, diesel and petrol have dropped drastically. But if you go to wherever you are going, it's more than how you pay. I didn't Ghana drivers with more data. Your friend says 3FM 92.7. What can someone say? You're more yeah. You're more someone get him my date for any more if you're cool, you're animal. To put on Panahiamwa, you're cashing them. Yakupon,
thank you. Hello, good morning.
What is it?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Mami Lu. I also with you.
Yes, it's better.
With the fact me, I already used to follow Montina Bands and why. Openicati, way a meta, no cre, Asan Casafrica, Mami Chala, the Saida make, and also the Shamaka, all the way at Chimchibi. Mamicha Apoga, aka Kunfa Yokun, the Chapa, Madi Debe, and Miami Joe Ashamai, and I'm pretty with Jarina Mishram. Opening. And someone yet see a young information FR national security almost a tomb wogu and Cramonte so our lorry station when you're bahono a yadia a yet necessata. The Martin so send transport a union so no so Aquishia a year minister now Omatua to Agni FR somebody reduce transportation a year na yebesle national security for the say enye so omo kwa hihye cars mu ahwe sika ye gigine keke me pa won chewa point na traffic na e block no omo make sure say omo do omo ho be shim no ko jira traffic points no no so tinye other traffic no na ma akwanya ba no atinya contentam said ye be ya cars na one piece so your rules no so emma traffic no enchoki yes from and yes I feel no more cars animacho normally mobile phone no kwa chire ana me national security nabi your taxa and salary you know your wuru asɛm no ɔmo somfo mo wohyɛm na ɔnyɛ deɛ bɛyɛ a akwantufoɔ ne drawafoɔ no ɔmo ho bɛheehaa wɔn yɛmpɛ edimbɔne biara ɛwɔ ndc amanyɔkuo ɛnaasɛ aban a ɛɛbu no yɛmpɛ saa ɛdi sɛ yɛ biara so ɔmo kɔyɛ the needful a yɛn nyinaa yɛ ho bɛheehaa yɛn obi to aso.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Ejanan.
Oh.
Professor
Bocho, I'm listening.
And I'm to good board that Wama reserves in the emergency and NC was and even fuel prices not before inside that camera. Ejanan. Min like I said there. Can I ask you for no one you know the point? The work of the MTT before no. The one wash a white in a way. Wash a white is so wash a where there are traffic lights and I want to tend to driver be of a simple if I'm going to motor with words. Wash a white is made the other way than what you find system. Where your own way you must. The national PT when there's no way and I don't know. Them task force no. No, they were then. What a dow and what these guys are not on more to intent in a car. Maybe I'm a cadet and can simultaneously. What more interview air them, GTR to win them way a spare part of one Aden. I buy an Casano, them I alone, them passes and although do system. No make sure say, I buy passes no. We can show a barrane that way air castle at the right side was every checkpoint is there. With the transport ministry, make sure that anytime their buses were quiet, a banker ordered the buses in Babana, then it is where GPR to Fulka, what's the name, a better when they do. It means I don't want, and I'm a GPR to Fumaya than Muguamoya. Then we'll go by the time. What more Ben will fool or quiet or beyond point for a car. My time, economy now, I will be on high to be able to come any business. As moment I'm out of wait more than I'm when I was what or no. Our moment a pedestrian to charge him more.
Breaker, thank you. Let's pick a few calls this morning. You can still call us on 0559242717, 0552910154. We'll pick two more calls and then we'll pack the segment here. We have another caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you're calling from?
Abu,
I'm listening.
Over Shapanso. And almost a muscle boss on air bagana. Over to that.
Yes. The former Mascot CEO has been arrested in the US.
Went to say about Papa Bano. Once on Jerry Mamui, somewhere, my father said last 2 years and not last 3 years. Monty, ya, some Mamia Bogana Foka, at the US. Monty, ya, Fanam Bagana. Once I buy Papa Bano, Matima, ya, so the neighbor. Anthony, I say, Mom, someone who cry, Munimus, finance, the whole Ghana, finance, will Ghana first, and you can overata. You can more defend it. And what Ghana? Ghana, you want, you know, Ghana for, you know, Ghana, you began as you see, you're quite near transport, and transport will be a year pay. The car in Cascade one and the car to buy. Take a kind of one more free. Not Nipabaku at me as animal near so more than a banner city Ghana, Musi boy. Messenger men in Ukraine, Ghana for Omania P. MPP for Mujan Dam, and the Bigomudi could be a bois. Messi Omo, almost a show partino, and then Omoba Ghana. This a years back, and so no matter. Commission Partino, no Mujana Ghana for, enjoy peace.
Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Crosby.
Yes, sir, I'm fine, thank you. How are you? Your name and where you're calling from?
I am Ben calling you from New Achimota.
Okay, I'm listening, sir.
My regards to everyone in studio. You see, the country called Ghana and they have failed in terms of that public transporting. In a sense that the buses that they block, sir, metro masses ni ayololo, especially the metro masses nankasano. Those buses were working in the cities from Accra to Kumasi and those places. They were not operating within Ghana. it was the Ayololo who came to do that kind of. But so enough. Look at Accra, Kumasi, Takrady. So if the state was able to deploy more buses to work within cities, and this kind of problems, Emma. You see, on my trauma, Edibia supply with individual. No, meaning more Ghana. You see, our transportation from home to work and other things, now individual cars in use. And unfortunate for this country, the buses that was left into the hands of MPP, they couldn't even maintain it. So just imagine 1,000 buses that was left into their hands, even though that time, not all of them were working anyway. But a government in power should have maintained those buses. So that those buses, I'm talking about the time of MPP, when they came, not all buses were working all right, but they should have maintained it and increased it because they inherited 1,000 buses. Yesterday from 3 news, 3 news, TV3. I got all this information from there. Okay, they came to run the public transport system. They came to run it down. Now look at what the country is now experiencing. So the country as a nation, and Kasama one, they have failed to take that initiative from years ago. From years ago, yes, they failed. Now that the public, the individual buses are not enough to carry workers to school and those places in Nagasano, these are the problems that we are going to encounter. And I hope that President Mama, as NDC leader in Nagasano, he will not sit down. I got yesterday information that the Deputy Minister of Transport is in one of these foreign countries doing some negotiation to bring in more some buses and other things. Those buses are not enough. We want more.
Right.
So that there will be a serious competition in the market.
Right.
So that these individual people will not just be manipulating the system when they think they have to. Please. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling. We'll have to do sports now, and Mutala is joining us. Mutala, good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning. I am good.
You're a big man. I don't know whether you use public transport or you use...
Big man, as in.
Oh, yeah, big man.
But you can see my stature. I'm not big. I use a lot of public transports. I mean,
do you experience what we are all experiencing? What Sixtus just started experiencing?
You and who are experiencing? Sixtus doesn't experience that. But
Sixtus started... when did you start using public transport?
Oh, Sixtus has stopped for some time now. I mean, Esquire levels and all that.
No, he has resumed though. Before he was Esquire, he had a car. After being Esquire, the car.
I use public transport, especially on days that I feel there's a lot of traffic in town, and I mean, boats prices will shoot up and all that.
Not be very advised. But are you experiencing the?
Yeah, we are all feeling it. I don't know what is actually causing that. I needed to get to Oponglo recently. I stood in front of the Jubilee House. You know, there's a bus stop there.
Yeah.
I was just trying to get a Medina car to Oponglo. Trust me, I stood there for almost 1 hour without getting the car.
It has happened to me. Frederick Kunzotiani, he's been able to. He has a chair there. When he gets there, he sits.
He just sits.
He will sit there for 3 hours. Won't get a car.
And I was surprised. So I asked the policeman directing traffic that what is really happening, and he said cars are not even coming. He can't even see the cars. So I'm asking, so where are the cars?
So it's not like there's traffic on the road.
It's not like there's huge traffic. We can't even see the cars.
So where are they?
I don't know.
They have parked them.
I don't know.
Or they have spoiled.
Honestly, I have no idea because we are also being told, we know that fuel prices have even gone down. So where are the cars? That is the question everyone is asking. Where are the cars? And it's a pity. Yesterday, I even saw a video on social media. I think it was not on social media. It was on the news, News 360 on TV3, where other commercial drivers are taking advantage of the perceived shortage and are even charging exorbitant fares and all that. Because I thought I had people going to a particular location which cost 6 cedi. The mates actually said 20 cedi flats. Maybe I'll be CBR 20 or so. From how I say 20 cedis. And it is something that has been going on for some time. So in the later part in the night, I saw a video from SECO when operatives of national security had gone to various
tax force.
tax force and we were dealing with these mates and drivers. It's not fair in the first place, but something needs to be done because this, and it looks like the shortage is within just Accra.
It is we that we like to thief people's money playing till.
It looks like it's just within Accra because I have been to Kumasi back and forth within the last few months.
The complaint is not there.
Yeah, the complaint. Kumasi, okay, Trotro is not that big in Kumasi.
Which is Accra.
For Sunyani, for instance, I was in Sunyani for 3 days. I never saw a Trotro. The only Trotros I saw were moving from one town to the other.
Okay, yeah.
It's mostly taxis and all, but it looks like the congestion and everything is within Accra, and it takes us back to a big and holistic conversation about our transport system. I was in Morocco in last year March, and for a city like Rabat, whose population is not even up to that of Accra, their transport system is top notch. A lot of people go underground, so you barely see people at the bus station because the train system works very well. It is fast. You can move from Rabat to Casablanca within 1 hour. Go to where it's like everything has been planned.
Even buses we don't have. If you go and look for a train.
You know, I checked. I was actually reading extensively on the net yesterday. I saw that the people in Accra are more than the people in Berlin. In Germany.
Say that again.
The people in Accra are more than the people in Berlin in Germany.
Really? Where did you read that from?
Yesterday. The people in Accra alone. Accra's population is close to 5 million. Berlin is about 3-point-something million.
We are plenty.
But they have about 1,500 buses that operate, and they have a lot of rail systems underground. So you barely find people congested roads.
We nearly had rail system in the sky.
And for me, I thought it was an extremely wrong move because even the one on the land, we've not fixed it.
Even the bus
and you are thinking about fixing something in the sky. I thought it was a wrong move. I thought it was a wrong priority. We didn't prioritize.
The motorway we have not.
So I was speaking to my auntie recently, and she was like, in the past, I just wait for the train to Amasaman. It was very effective. I didn't have to go and struggle with those going to La Paz, Pokwase for car. I just sit in the train. I sometimes even doze off, and I'll get to my destination. So, I mean, there were free cars there that others could also take. But these days, it doesn't even work anymore. So we all, for a city that is very busy, that is very fast, swift, everything moves, I mean, at a very fast pace, the biggest means of transport is Trotro. Charlie, we can't survive. We can't survive. Because why should a whole MP be bringing buses to Shiashi to pick people?
What happened? How did we get here?
How did we get here? And yesterday, Christian Yale was, I think he went to the Ayalolo station, and they had about 400 buses grounded.
I'm sure
Why?
It was at Metromass, over 200 of them, Yamutu.
Why? And most of them had just little defects. Sometimes it's just one tie that is off. It's just the brake pad that needs to be fixed. But this is a country where we are going to even procure new 150 buses. Meanwhile, we have over 400 of them sitting down with small defects. Some they can't even find the seats. So a whole bus was there. There was no engine. They asked the man, where is the engine? He said, medium minimo. So who came for the engine? Obi to Aswana. A whole engine. No, Crosby, we need to have a holistic conversation about this, because it could get worse. We talked about the fact that we don't have cars on our own, so we rely on public transport. But our only means of public transport in this city is the Trotro. And you go to Circle, and a fare that should cost about 7 cedi. They are telling you 10 cedi flats. And you find people who work in government sector standing there. Because why the budget did that? Maybe when he was coming from house, he was holding just... No, Abiam, sometimes you have your budget already. It's not as if it's kind of it's just 14 cedi on him. 7 cedi in, 7 cedi out. So if you say 10 cedi flat, the person will be standing there wearing his white shirt.
And tie.
And jacket.
And holding briefcase.
3FM Sunrise.
Let's now do some sports here on 3FM Sunrise. My name is Mutala Yakubu. Coming up this morning, Heart of Oak return to the Ghana Premier League as they take on Dreams FC in a match day 19. Also, Asante Kotoko have pulled off a big one. Albert Samoa is back to the club after a 3-month spell with Al Ali Benghazi in Libya. Let's settle for the details and start off with the Ghana Premier League, where match day 19 takes place at the University of Ghana Stadium today. Fifth place Heart of Oak will be in action against a ninth of place Dreams FC. Now, ahead of the game, head coach of Heart of Oak, Didi Dramani, says his side have learned valuable lessons from their past defeat against Dreams FC.
I think that we pick the lessons from our previous games. And always our previous games are a strong antidote to our coming games. We look at the challenges that we envisage in those games. We look at the lining parts of those games, and then we also consolidate our strengths. And so we will still continue to keep our identity in terms of our strengths. And then the challenges that we had in those games are what we have been working on. And also, we also have to think about the strengths of our opponents, because we acknowledge that they are a very force to reckon with when it comes to the league, and so we will respect that, and then we will stick to our strengths, and then we'll want to still compete, and then compete to win at the end of the day.
That is Masoud Didi Dramani, the head coach of Heart of Oak. Meanwhile, his opposite number, that is Wilfred Dormon, also says that he is optimistic of getting all 3 points.
I think that we pick the lessons from our previous games. And always our previous games are a strong antidote to our coming games. We look at the challenges that we envisage in those games. We look at the lining parts of those games, and then we also consolidate our strengths. And so we will still continue to keep our identity in terms of our strengths. And then the challenges that we had in those games are what we have been working on. And also,
Dreams FC for last season has been the best second half performance, and therefore the Heart of Lions win last Sunday has really boosted the confidence of the team, even as we look forward to the next game against Heart of Oak, another tall order. But we have to find a way to contain them. We have to find a way to manage this game. We have to find a way, to get something from this game.
Dormon is the head coach of Dreams FC. So that game will come off this afternoon at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. It's Heart of Oak against Dreams FC, and will be live on TV3 and on your TV R330. Now, still on the local scene, Albert Samoa, who left Kotoko in October to join Libyan outfit Al Ali Benghazi, is back to the club, this time on a 6-month loan. However, a tough spell in North Africa for the former Great Olympics forward has seen him being loaned back to Asante Kotoko. Amwa played 6 games for the Porcupine Warriors and scored 2 goals before he departed the shores of Ghana. This time, he is back, and he says that he's ready to help Kotoko win the title. Let's now go to Morocco, where the draw for the Women's Africa Cup of Nations was held on Thursday, and Ghana's Black Queens, who finished as bronze medalists at the 2024 WAFCON, have again been placed in a very tight group alongside Cameroon, Mali, and Cape Verde. The tournament is set to start on March 17th through till April 3rd, and my colleague Bill Eshen was there and files this report.
So Ghana's fate in the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations has been decided, and they've been placed in Group D alongside Cameroon, Cape Verde, and also Mali. Mali are familiar foes as Ghana face them in the 2024 Women's AFCON, and they draw 1-1 with them. Now, Ghana are expected to play all the group stage matches in Fes in Morocco, which will be the host country, and the tournament will be running from the 17th of March to the 3rd of April 2026. And remember that the final four, or the four that will reach the semi-finals, will automatically qualify to the 2027 Women's World Cup in Brazil. And so all the pressure will be on the Black Queens to perform well, as they did by securing bronze in the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations.
That is my colleague Bill Ishen with that report. Now, after the draw, head coach of the Black Queens came last. Bioke Grandi says he's looking forward to going a step further with the Black Queens at the 2026 Africa Women's Cup of Nations, following Ghana's third place finish in the last edition.
To the tournament, I'm happy that when I came in, I think we were number 6 in Africa. Now we're on number 3. It makes us top seeded. In the end of the day, if it's going to help or not, I don't know. We're going to face another 3 really good teams. But like I said, I'm looking forward to the tournament, and we will push to do an even better tournament this time.
That is Kim Las Yokegende, the head coach of the Black Queens, and things are looking good for them as they go into this tournament, hoping to win. Meanwhile, president of the Ghana Football Association, that is Ket E.S. Okreku, says the goal of the team is just to qualify for the Women's World Cup in Brazil.
If you want to be a champion, you have to be obviously self-motivated. That's the first point. And most importantly, we want to be back at the highest stage of football in the women's category. And therefore, the girls, the coaches, the FA, the government, everybody is motivated to ensure that the girls are very much prepared and to be ready for the WAFCON. And if we go to the WAFCON and we do well, we'll go to the World Cup and also do well. And
3FM 92.7.
18 days, yes, but it's all about planning. And I think that we have the people with the right levels of skill to plan properly and for us to have a very, very good campaign.
Elsewhere, former Black Stars captain Asamoah Gyan says there's no love lost between Ghana and Nigeria on the African continent. Gyan's statement comes after Nigeria's 4-2 penalty shootout exit in the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations, where a number of disgruntled fans took to social media to voice their displeasure, claiming that the match had been unfairly officiated by Ghana's Daniel Lai. However, Gyan said on Rio Ferdinand's present that it's only love that exists between the two.
Ghana and Nigeria is a good rivalry. It's not like a hatred something. You know, we always want to challenge ourselves. They always want to beat us in everything.
Even with Jollof.
With Jollof, you know, with Jollof. But at the end of the day, we love each other. Like we are very good rivals. Very, very good rivals. So anybody who say we hate each other now, that's not it. We love each other. But we don't want the other side to win in anything. Maybe me and my brother, we're doing something. I don't want him to win. He doesn't want me to win. It doesn't mean we don't love each other. Ghana and Nigeria loves each other. But it's just like it's a good rivalry, and I'm loving it.
That is Asamoah Gyan. Finally, before we go, former Manchester United forward Odion Ighalo has given his candid opinion on the appointment of Michael Carrick. Carrick was named as United's interim head coach until the end of the season after Ruben Amorim was fired after 14 months in charge at the club. Carrick's first task back at home would be against Manchester City this weekend, a very, very tough game.
I see that coming, but I didn't know it's going to be this early because it's been there 14 months and there's no massive change. If you see the teams that is up there, the way they are doing and compared to what Manchester United is doing is different. The only thing that it did well is doing better than what they did last season. But going from one step to the other, like, look what Aston Villa are doing. Look what the other teams are doing. Manchester United are supposed to be in that level. That's why they brought him in. But they are not getting the result. Imagine having a draw game with relegation teams. For me, with the formation he's playing, it's not going to work in England.
Yep.
5 at the back, it's not going to work in Premier League, especially a team like Man United that play 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1. playing 5 at the back, even with one striker come and score going miss of 5 defenders. That gets me
like
crazy.
Hugo Bros.
It's my coach. I play. He brought me to Man United, so I wish him luck to go there. But he has to be tough next time. Yeah, I believe if he comes in, he will do better because he knows the players there already, and he will play the formation that Man United used to, and he will push them a little bit higher than what they are doing now.
So that is Odion Igalo, and he brings us an end to the sports updates here on 3FM Sunrise. My name is Mutala Yakubu. There's more sports on all our socials at 3 Sports GH. Don't go nowhere. There's more after this.
Sunrise on 3FM. The best in the morning. The best in the morning is on 92.7. Sunrise on 3FM.
They're the best. Turn it up.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the 2 leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names.
Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego.
We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. The calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure. Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. The calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
Actions and official fare adjustments from the GPRTU. Some operators have been reported to charge higher fares. They are charging higher fares. And then they have employed some system, tot system, so that they can get extra money for the work, extra money for the same distance that they travel. is intensifying public frustration on the matter. So that is the conversation we're starting with this morning on our big conversation segment on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Stay with us here because we'll be getting details on this as we have lined up all the experts, the industry players to help us understand the situation and then know exactly what is going on so that we can find proper solutions to the crisis. How do you explain the current trouble, people queuing at bus stops, drivers charging exorbitant fares, and the scarcity of vehicles in general?
Okay. Thank you very much, and good morning to your listeners. It is about multifaceted problems. This one started some time back, but it was unnoticed by government, and it has grown up to this desperate situation. Initially, it was fuel hikes that was causing transport owners to try to adjust their prices and their fares and all that. But now it is no more fuel, because this government has managed the fuel very well, very efficiently, and we are not seeing the fuel price hikes. Now, it is not only fuel that we use to manage vehicles. Vehicle owners they are commercial business people, and they want to make up their profit. Any actions by government and the society that will have a negative effect on their profits, they will react. And they can decide to react in so many ways. They may not go to streets and make noise. And one good thing about drivers and transport owners, they have silent voice. They can keep quiet and do their own thing. What is happening right now is a clear sign to government. The government should take ownership of a public transportation system, transportation system, because the commercial transporter trying to calculate his expenses from his proceeds, and he sees that he's not making much as he used to make, then he will try to either sell his the transport vehicle and then use the money to do other things. He can do selling or anything, or he can even enter into spare parts. That's one key thing that is going on. People, the transporters, I see that government is making a shift from not only this government, from long time, when Akufo-Addo's time and the back, they saw that when any time they want to make the Okada and those kind of small buses, vehicles to go on board, it will affect their businesses. Why? Although the motorbikes and the Okada things and the Piaggio and then the whatever, they charge higher than even vehicles. But people are interested in those ones because of the congestions on the road. So when government attempt to make it legalized, from December when government started trying to make it legalized the system, there's okay then, let me sell my vehicle and do other business. That's one course. But people have not looked at critically. Secondly, when this type of vehicles are on board on the road, freely and even supported by law, you know what will happen? Even the little that we have are trying to cause public driving difficulty. When they are on the road, it doesn't make commercial vehicles drive well. And if we hit anybody, we are in trouble. Now, it has been legalized. So many motorbikes will come to town. Because if I sell my taxi, I can buy 2 or 3 of these motorbikes. So the roads are going to be congested with motorbikes. And transporters will enter into it. So why don't I sell my vehicle and buy about 10 motorbikes, which will be giving me more income than buying a vehicle. As a result, look, in the near future, the road is going to be completely congested with motorbikes. Therefore, if you have motorbikes, not everybody will board motorbikes. Therefore, what will happen is that the need for actual transport services, vehicle services, other people will need, will no more in question. And therefore, people resort to motorbikes at their disadvantage. So that is one critical thing, which is nobody's looking at it. 2, so is the profit concerned. It is 2, the introduction and legalization of Okada, which is going to impound on the transport public so much like that it will get to a point, we see what I'm saying will come true. I'm not a prophet of doom, but I'm doing the critical analysis. 3, you can see that the drivers, they have levels of profit that they expect. They know it. So when they see that the levels of profit are going down, their sales they are making are not being changed by the transporters who are seated at home and receive the daily sales. It is fixed. It is difficult for them to change it. But then the drivers who have their cap up, they cap up the profit and their sales. and take something from their sales and send the rest to their transport owners. When they see that the money they are getting from the top up is also reduced because people are not boarding these buses, these transport vehicles so much. That's what they started to do. That they do the long stretch breaking the stretches into pieces. That if you are going to Kaswa, whilst we can get a car from Ataba Junction, Ataba Station straight to Kaswa, we will not do that. We take it from here to Second. Then we decide we won't go again. Then let's go. Then we take another to Kaneshi, to Odoko, to Balam Junction, and then to so that we can charge as well. We can when we get the cumulative figure of the transport, it becomes higher than taking transport people commuters straight away to Kaswa. I hope you are getting the sense of what I'm telling you. That is the real problem. So I am saying, if government wants to go out with this Okada and all those things, the best thing he has to do is to try to go into the public transportation system itself. How can he go there? Going there will be like this. Let every district metropolitan assembly or municipal assembly have their own busing system. They should have both of them have their busing system, and they should not concentrate it either in the head office or in the Accra or that. No. They should let every district municipal assembly have Accra. We have so many district municipal assemblies, AMA and the other sub branches. All of them should have their municipal buses. Then these buses will convey people from their community into the principal areas that they will find viable. When you do that, it means that there will be so many buses in the system, and if the commercial vehicles are not comfortable using the road with them, they will sideline and go into other businesses. Then the government will take over the transport with the waste transport buses, and we see that it will ease that problem. When government was introducing the STC buses during December, I said, what policy is this? It's an ad hoc policy, short-term policy. It will not solve any problem. So do you mean to tell me that after the X months, workers will not go to work? So it is not. It was not a good decision. They should have come up with a long-term policy. That's what government should come up with. With this, it's not this ad hoc. Now this situation is now happening. Therefore, they should release all the STC buses, which are woefully inadequate to service the commuters. It cannot do it. So we should come up with a permanent strategy, and that's what I've suggested earlier. Let's leave it there for now.
I see. Now, Doc, so if we're looking for proper solutions to the problem, now we have understood what the concern is, the main reasons why we are looking at what is happening. For the Transport Ministry and all the agencies under the Transport Ministry, what should they be seen doing at the moment? Is it a solution that Ayalolo comes in place, Metromas comes in place? Will these provide proper solution to solve the concern?
I tell you, my brother, that is the answer, interim answer. That one is interim. What I said is long term. And this one can be the medium-term transport strategy to solve the crisis we are facing now. They should, the key thing that government has haven't got a will to do, whether MPP or NDC fail to do, is to create a dedicated line, a dedicated road for the Ayalolo and then the MMT, CS, and then the state transport. They should get at the wins. If MDC has the power and he has legalized Okada, which is going to kill so many people, and he has said that he's not going to kill people, you let them be taken in the forefront. You see the number of people who die or who will be injured. So if you have that boldness to come out legalize Okada, which some other countries started and withdrew, then let them go ahead and also create dedicated lines, dedicated routes for Ayalolo, Metro Mass Transport, SCC. They should have a dedicated one lane, no vehicle pass there unless you are this battle. If you pass the police will apprehend you. So how do they have their will? Their will is they should go and look for money and break down all the roads along the roadside and create that dedicated line.
They should break down the road and create dedicated lines. Doc, that's yes? Is that not a little too overly ambitious?
But for solving such a problem should be taken. Should go for ambitious strategy. You should go for ambitious strategy. without dedicated, why is it that the Ayololo couldn't work? It's because of dedicated lines or routes. So if they want to do it and solve this problem once and for all, there should be a route from, say, Kolebu straight away to Adanta. They'll run from Ministry straight away to Zawam, Achimota and thereabouts. Then there should be one, there should be crisscrossing. Or if they don't want to, create that dedicated line, it will be too expensive. Then they should use a flyover. That you should have flyovers. Everywhere there's congestion, they should fly over. Everywhere there's congestion, they should fly over. When you do that, it's just like creating dedicated services. But if not like that, if we are not able to create at this thing with them, because the commercial people are rational. The commercial transporters, they are rational. They are looking at the whole phenomenon. But I'm also throwing challenge to all the transport organizations, the experts. We should have the experts who will go and do proper research from the drivers and the transport owners. Let us get their consent and then sit down with them and see how best we can resolve this one. If government can use persuasion to advise them to come on road irrespective of the
You have just 1 minute remaining. You can dial *5.
Unfortunately, Doc, we would have to call you back, okay? We would have to call you back so we continue the conversation. That's Dr. Godfred Achiadakwa is a roads and transport consultant sharing with us how we can circumvent this challenge that we find ourselves. I have Solomon Owusu, the communication director of the United Party. He has also joined me in the studio. Solomon, good morning. Good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You people are working so hard together with DJ Abiam alongside Frederick.
Frederick Odotiani and Sixtus
working so hard ever since
your team, you need a car. Your team, TV3 management, you have to give this team a car.
Christian Yali.
I understand
Helen is on leave.
On leave, and then Sisters are also run away.
He's lurking around.
So you are holding the phone.
Can you imagine the whole team here hasn't got a car? Trot shortage. They have to wake up at 2 a.m. just to be here to serve the goods.
Mr. Quentin, we'll get to this conversation. Doctor has joined us on the lines again.
So management have to look at this.
But today is his wife's birthday. I want to wish the wife a
happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Mrs. Quentin. Please send us her picture so that we'll do her proper
during the picture right now. I thought you had even done it.
Okay. We'll do that.
Thank you so much for joining us again. We lost you at a point, but you were making the point about having the interim solution. The concern too is that if we are getting the dedicated links, it is not something we can do in the interim. But practically, how can we get an interim solution before we talk about the permanent solution to this crisis? And if we're looking at the intervention of the Metro Mass Transit and the Ayololo buses, there's the bit too about the poor maintenance culture we have in the country, because we've had these buses for a while. They keep spoiling, and then eventually they all break down. How do we, find a way around it as well?
Let me be frank with you. All those management issues that crippled this type of public transport organizations were as a result of corruption. Seriously, it was corruption. When they are buying fuel of a tank of 24,000 liters, they will say they are buying 40,000 liters and siphon money from the government coffers or the organization's accounts. When they are importing a spare parts that can be durable from Germany and from America and from other good countries, they will prefer buying from China because of the cut that they will get. And China will keep, quote, a lower price at a cheaper value, durable part that they bring it to Ghana. So that, and they will make the price be like they imported it from Germany because they are the same parts. I'm telling you, they are not the same parts. And therefore, corruption. But I am happy about one thing, that I will clap and clap and clap again for NDC government. In fact, I keep on telling people, if even President Mahama concentrate on corruption arrest alone throughout the whole of his 4-year term, for me, he will be the most successful president in Ghana. People are stealing Ghana too much. Stealing things, stealing from here and there, corruption here and there. if President Mahama is able to go the way he's going, but I think he's slowing down. President Mahama put more fire and arrest anybody. If they do that, people working in Metro Mass, people working at SCC, people are everywhere will sit up and corruption will come down. When corruption comes down, government will see real profit with the provision of social transportation services. And we see that the economy will be better. So the President Mahama, the direction he has taken, we should support him to go on that direction. But he's slowing down. I'm not happy about the way he's doing.
Doc, let me ask you this question, and maybe two more questions before we let you go. The drivers and their conductors right now, they are charging extra fares, or they are looking at ways to make extra money. For them, according to them, they have very genuine reasons why they are doing that. And government, in an attempt to control this, has released a task force to some specific bus stops to, let the drivers maintain their approved fares. We know how the transport industry is, how open the market is, how unregulated it is. Will this intervention from government, will it in any way solve the problem of the extra charge drivers and their conductors are engaging in? And does it have the tendency to, if you like, anger the drivers more so that this scarcity we're seeing right now continues?
Let me say this. If you can remember, I don't know by that time you were born, there was petrol control prices. In the previous regime, there were control of petrol prices. Government says this, irrespective of the world market. What happened? What happened was that they saw that it will not help the transportation system. It will not help the economy. So they withdrew and made it general, liberalized. Everybody to sell fuel prices according to how he wants it. That's why we have different filling stations selling fuel prices at different, different prices. Now, if you want to force control prices of vehicles, it's just a control prices of goods. When you want to control prices of goods, what happens is that there will be hoarding. In transport, what is hoarding? What is that they will withdraw. If I feel that the sales I'm making is not good for me, I'll pack. I've said it already. I'll pack the vehicles. I will stop doing the vehicle, do business, sell my vehicle, and do other jobs. So controlling by force like that way, government intervention using control measure will kill the industry rather. It will not help the industry. It will mean that government want to do that so that to suppress their profit that they have imagined to get, which is will have been a good thing, but they will react vehemently and they will pack off their cars and do other things. So it is not the best. What I think they should do, they should let us meet all the transport experts who are not on the side of government and neither on the side of the commuters. Meet. Government himself will come with technocrats. Then we call people from the motoring public, we call the vehicle owners, we call the drivers. Then we have a bigger forum, like what we are doing the constitutional review. A bigger forum. Then we discuss the issue. We discuss it. We debate on the issue and see how best we can solve it for our nation. Government can come in and use something we call the moral suasion of the transport pricing. What we can talk to the vehicle owners and driver vehicles to appeal to them, to appeal to their conscience that this is the prices that the GPIT has come up with. Let's go by it. Don't let us do this short change thing. Let us help our nation. Government can speak to them and they will listen.
Right.
But if we do not do that and want to force it, you see what will happen.
Doc, thank you. Thank you so much. Dr. Godfred Achadakwa is a roads and transport consultant speaking with us there. And back in the studio is Emmanuel Kuting and Solomon Owusu. They're joining us for the continuation of this conversation. Gentlemen, let me welcome you again. Good to see you. A happy birthday to Mrs. Kuting as well, like you mentioned. We'll do it proper at the end of the show. But I don't know, let me start with you, Solomon. Whether I know you've seen the concerns on social media and then in reality, the current state of the transport system. I know that you don't use public transport, but we do, and then we experience it firsthand. What do you think the problem is?
So, good morning to you once again. What do you call it? Interestingly, I'm into transport business.
Great.
So I have a very fair knowledge
of what is happening.
And what the problems in the industry really are. we don't have a proper transport system in Ghana. It has to do with varied reasons. One, our developmental agenda has not helped us.
Does not pay attention to that area.
Not paid. You see, the way we engage in our settlement, we build indiscriminately. So the government is unable to plan the transport needs of the people. And that is how come we continue to have the problems that we have. I mean, Crosby, when you were in primary school, I'm sure you were taught the types of transportation. Any primary 6 at least child will be able to tell you.
There are various options. Yeah.
We have the road transport, we have the rail transport, we have the water transport, and we have the air transport. How many of these systems work in this country?
There's only one.
It's only predominantly one. The road transport.
Yes.
And so when I hear people say that the roads are there, yes, that some are in deplorable conditions, but the true problem is that we are relying on one aspect of transportation largely. And to that extent, no matter the number of buses you have in the system, you will still have the situation that you have. Now, every morning, especially in Accra, where do we go? We are all moving towards the CBD, that's the Central Business District.
Yes.
So imagine you had 1 million buses in the system. Everyone is moving towards the Central Business District. There will be traffic. And so once the buses move, those who are at the stations, they will have to wait for these buses to get to the CBD, offload them, and then go back. What time would they get back? So the solution is not with the unavailability of routes. You can expand the routes as much as possible, but until you introduce the other systems of transportation, you will not be making any headway. It is a reason why cities that are successful in their transport systems, they have varied types of transport. You understand? What is preventing us as a country to having a metro? Lagos now is doing that. South Africa is doing that. Addis Ababa, they are doing that. Accra's population, if you take Greater Accra, is about 4 million. But the CBD, or the Accra proper, you're talking about 2.8 million. How is it that Cairo, that has a population of about 16 million, is able to handle its transportation needs effectively than Accra?
When they are way more than we are.
Way more than. I mean, times 10 of what we have. It is because they realize it, they process it. The very things that we learn in the primary school, that there are different types of transport system or transportation system, they have actually implemented it. So then the issue then becomes, you move away from no action and talk only to actual implementation. Oya referred to Accra. There must be no reason, there is no justification why we don't have a metro. Or a rail line coming from Oya refer to Accra. So that what then happens is that we have something we call feeders. Those coming from the Ebru and other areas, they will be taking your trotros to that converging point and then be picking your metro.
And then hop into the train.
Absolutely. And these solutions are there. It's not that you are reinventing or you are inventing any new wheel. They are there, ready-made. It's for people in authority to act, to stop their lazy attitude, to move from their comfort zones. If you are made a minister, you move from your comfort zone and think outside the box. One of the first casualties in this administration, President Mahama must understand that, it takes the entire sectors of an administration to make it work effectively. Yes. And that is why many countries don't allow their transport sectors to be run by people who are not effective, who don't have the technical know-how.
Is that the case in Ghana at the moment?
Our minister is sleeping on the job. It's absolutely
the transport minister, Joseph Nikwe.
The minister, the substantive, and the deputy, they are sleeping on the job.
Both Joseph and Dorcas.
And it extends to the director of the ministry as well, because you see, technical support must also be coming from the director of the ministry. What is the person doing? By now, it's getting to the end of the month, he's preparing to go and draw salary. Salary for what work done?
When we're experiencing this crisis.
When people are queuing late into the evenings, and they say you are drawing salary. Now, beyond that, the next phase of the problem is corruption. And I'm wondering why Ghanaians, when we say corruption, we don't ask further questions. You have been made to believe, or you have been told, which is a fact, that Ghana purchased about 245 buses, the Ayalolo buses in 2016. Is that not the case?
True.
Ayalolo buses, the buses are Scania. The lifespan of an average Scania bus with a moderate maintenance regime should not be less than 20 years. That one is not even a high maintenance regime. Moderate maintenance regime
should last you for 20
years. We bought these buses in 2016. Why is it that only 80 are functional on the road?
What happened to the rest?
Corruption. You know what? Let's go. And this must be the work of you, the media houses. Go and probe how much each bus costed this nation. Just get that one. Just get that one. And come and sit by your PC and Google how much that bus is sold in the open market. They triple the prices. Because in this country, everyone thinks that he is smart. So the net effect of what they did was that because the prices were up way above its original price, at the end of the month, how much is supposed to be paid was so much that the company is left with virtually nothing to engage in maintenance. And that's why you have that problem there. Purely thievery, purely corruption. And so anytime I hear government entities are going to buy buses here and there, hey, avenue for corruption, they are going to kill us.
But don't they go through the right procurement?
Oh, my brother. How is it that VIP, being managed by the private sector, is surviving and thriving, whereas Ayalolo, which is a Scania bus, a European spec, so strong, we have them packed.
It's so expensive.
So expensive.
Look at the cost we bought it.
They overinflated, and I'm calling on, if they say I'm lying, let them produce how much they bought each bus. Because I know about the genesis of that business. We're part of those that lured Scania into this country. In fact, we were going to do the bus rapid system in somewhere in 2014.
You, as in when you were...
Well, in private sector. No, as a businessman. We went to Dubai with my partner.
No, when you were MPP.
No. Private man.
When you were MPP.
Look, we came here.
2014.
Scania was going to support us.
Okay. As a private business.
As a private business. No, you know, these Europeans, they are not interested in dealing with government.
Okay.
Because they know the problems with government. So we came down to Ghana with them. They even introduced a bank from London called HSBC. We came down with HSBC here. What was left was for us to get a bank guarantee. We went to GCB as though the people over there were mumu. You see, these people, we have a lot of people who are just destroying the country. We went to sit with the GCB bank. Let them provide just a guarantee. The people couldn't believe it. Because in the international market, $10 million is like a chicken change, like a microfinance to support us so that they bring the buses for us to implement that bus. No, everyone said no. Later we realized that they say Ayalulu. That's why I could tell you that they inflated the prices way. People were that greedy.
Emmanuel Koting, Solomon is saying that the transport ministry, the minister and the deputy, as well as the technical advisor, they have very important roles to play in this. Do you think they are dealing with it in the right way possible?
Well, thank you for having me, and very good morning to my good friend Solomon. Happy New Year to your good self and the technical team, the invisible hands behind the programs, and the DJ, our cherished listeners, and to my dear wife. Today is your birthday, and indeed, God has been merciful. I thank God for your life. I will always pray that the grace that has followed you today, that grace continue. And then, be there for us as you have always been for the case. Chanel, Farah, and Amari are all grateful for the good stuff you brought on us. Gerard, Jason, Marilyn, and Curtis are all grateful for all the support. Today is your day. Solo, It's our day.
It's our day. You are only claiming. Look, she's my sister.
Our woman's
Any
day.
attempt to lay so ownership will be resisted.
Oh, so that's Mrs. Kuti.
That's Mrs. Kuti. That's my sister. How can I give my sister to you and you will not praise me?
Thank you. Up for that one day.
Yeah, I deserve some commendation.
Yes, indeed. She's a very good woman.
Of course.
It's a woman every man would dream of, but very few can get. So I'm
Feel like yourself.
Very fortunate.
Only one can get, no
Yes,
few.
so I've
Only
been
one.
fortunate. So happy birthday, the Prime Minister of our home. So to your question,
Yes,
Frank,
yes.
I think that the issues we are talking about are not technical. They are institutional.
Okay.
And lack of political accountability. That's why personally I cannot pin this problem on one single person. If you look at the history of our transport system, it predates independence. This problem even existed before the transport minister was born, truth be told. And you see, we have to look at the system from where we came from and where we are now.
Okay.
If you want to place the blame on the minister entirely, I heard a lot of people calling for his sacking by His Excellency
The
John
Concerned
Dramani
Drivers
Mahama.
Association, they are one of them.
I think that is misplaced. It's like using a sledgehammer to kill an ant. The problem goes beyond the minister.
But I mean, the expectation
I
that
agree that ministries like that, you should send people with some technical expertise. That I agree.
Right.
And if you look at the minister and her deputy, I always see a deputy carrying very sophisticated designer bags around. And when you are in public service, you have to shy away from those kind of things. It doesn't communicate the right information. We know you have your money before you came to politics. Nobody forced you to come into public service. So when you come and you front your wealth around everybody, given how poverty-stricken this country is, who knows you? How many of us knows you? How many of us know your background? How many people believe that indeed those wealth you are fronting is coming from you or because of the office you are occupying? You see, let's do a holistic diagnosis of the problem. Our transport infrastructure has largely been this colonial relic we have inherited, and we have failed to modernize the systems. How come in the 21st century, a country like Ghana, we cannot even boast of a railway linking our cities? This is not a technical issue, it is an institutional one. Second, how come we use taxpayers' money, buy buses like Metro, Ayalolo at very inflated prices? And from my research, out of the 245 Ayalolo buses, only 80 are on the road. This is not technical. It's lack of political accountability. So to me, we as a country, we have to do some self-retrospection and see where we want to get to. And you see, we don't prioritize maintenance. We don't prioritize maintaining the old rules. We are interested in creating new ones. Look at successive governments that have come. They cry that creating an overpass where the panaceas to decongesting our cities. Is that not it? How many overpass haven't we had? Has it solved the problem? Who is being held accountable? Nobody. Have we taken the pain to look at the cost of money we invested in this overpass? Now we are talking about doing express routes and those things. Good. But have we been able to manage the simple road that is leading to our two major cities? Look at the road from Accra to Kumasi. It's a death trap. How many people died annually from accidents? Very preventable. Even more than some disease.
Yeah.
So this is not a technical issue. It's an institutional problem. Look at the number of agencies under the Ministry of Transport. What did they do really? Ghana Roads Authority, DVLA, National Road and Safety Authority. I think that we should collapse all these agencies and have a commission of a sort to eliminate these bureaucracies and inefficiencies that only lead to politics.
Maybe they are playing...
that only lead to corruption.
They are playing different roles.
Look, the National Road and Safety Authority, for God's sake, let's look at the amount of money we vote to that agency.
Yeah.
What have they done? People continue to die on the road. We are in the age of technology. We can use technology, we can use cameras, drivers training to check all of this. And we'll be saving more money than having the whole agency's personnel are drawing salaries from, and at the end of the day, people still die on our roads. Look, the private road transport union, to me, they have done nothing wrong. Government is just misapplying its energies.
You mean the GPRT or the drivers charging extra fares,
Yes.
going on tot trips? You think there's no problem with that?
Let me tell you, if our institutions and systems work properly, I dare you, no driver would have, or union would have had the appetite to even charge unapproved fares.
But are they not taking advantage of the situation?
So let me ask you, what is the opportunity cost? In economics, we say that what penalty measures are in place such that if you are caught charging unapproved fares, you can be set as an example for others not to do. Enforcement is nil. That is where I am coming from. And look, government to say that private transport people are deliberately creating the shortages is the highest inefficiencies I have ever seen.
You think it's not true?
Has government bought vehicle for anybody? Government owned 245 Ayalolo buses, right? Only 80 are working. 160 something are there. Go and see, maybe it's the tire, the brake pad. And somebody is sitting there drawing salary. Are we serious as a country? But as a country, look, we don't even have. Look, let me take this thing one by one. Aviation. We can boast of our airline.
These are the buses parked there.
Yes, these are some of the
you will come there.
You go and look at them. They are just minor things. And look, these buses, these are long-term investment you are doing on behalf of the country. So what do? We say we have youth unemployment. Is that not it? You train our young men who wants to be drivers, our young men who wants to be mechanics. You take them to the manufacturing plant. They train them. Once you bring these buses, you have maintenance centers. Make sure that parts are available.
In fact, Scania has an office in Ghana. They have a workshop in Tema. They have all these parts available.
No, I even want to make it in a way that because of the commercial cost of Scania having its own plant here and still charging at commercial rates, government should take that as an initiative to establish its own centers, absorb our youth, create jobs, train them, and they can fix these buses. In UK, in the US and many developed countries, that is what they do. You just buy buses and come and do political fanfare. We have bought this as if they are buying those buses from their own pocket. Our own taxpayers' money. You understand? I'm coming. Let me land here. Then you come and push this in the pool. When a windscreen breaks, you go and pack it. Look at these buses. Examine them critically. If we had a good cultural maintenance culture, these vehicles would have been on the road. So if government can put these vehicles on the road, why is government blaming the private unions? Look at aviation.
But even if government puts these vehicles on the road, the industry is dominated by the private sector. So these vehicles alone will not be able to give us the relief that we're looking for.
You know where this problem started? And I'll break it down here. You know, during Christmas, the Minister of Transport came out to say he was putting certain buses to decongest the city without consulting the private road transport union. it hit a lot of them hard on their pockets. Meanwhile, this initiative was just a temporary one. He didn't think about the short, medium, and long-term effect of the decision he was making. So now, you put these buses, the private road transport people didn't get what they would normally get in the peak season like Christmas. Now Christmas is over. They say, okay, bring your buses. Where are the buses? Those are the challenges we are facing now. So government should dialogue with the private road transport unions and not try to bully them. To me, it's bullying. So when the minister said was summoning them, I see he has bought some vehicles for them. I haven't bought a vehicle for anybody.
The task force they have thrown out to the various bus stops, and
it's not going to work. It's to worsen the situation. The road, look, now you know that they are happy. They did it gradually. Now you have put task force. They say, "Minya, park your car." Not task force. You understand? So government would have to be diplomatic about things of this nature. Because look, government cannot support the system without the private sector.
That's very true.
But in many developed countries, it is government that builds infrastructure. And naturally, if the infrastructures are good, gradually you'll be able to build momentum. Now look at aviation. Ghana cannot boast of an airline. How come? Today, we don't have a presidential jet as a country, and we are knocking our chests as Ghanaians.
So, do you also think that the approach government is adapting is wrong?
So, let me say that Mr. Kuti finally agreed that the minister is not working. That's the point. Because if you are putting the blame on the doorstep of the government, and if you read the Public Financial Management Act, the minister, the chief director, and all those people, their responsibility is very simple. For instance, the minister is responsible for the policy and strategic matters related to the efficient operation of his ministry. We have not been provided with any policy guideline by this ministry right from last year as to how we intend to deal with matters affecting the sector. You see, the way we have been doing this time with a number, the fire service approach. When issues come, quickly we mobilize buses, we go to see the GPRTU, it is resolved a while, then it rests its head again. The GPRTU, I don't have any evidence to suggest that they have deliberately asked their members to park their buses, because it will not even make economic sense.
Because they also need money. Where would you park your bus?
You know, one of the key problems we face, even with the GPRT people, is that when they go and borrow from the open market, I mean, few of them will even get access to funding from the commercial banks. Majority of them go to these loan sharks to go and borrow to buy their vehicles. And these loan sharks, it's a weekly affair. Very high interest rate, they expect you to be paying weekly. So it will not make any economic sense for any car owner to say, park the car for us to punish government. Hey. The truth of the matter is that
it's a message they want to communicate.
You think it's a sacrifice they want to make?
I have not, and I'm saying that I am yet to see the buses. Because I told you I'm in the industry. This has been the trend. If we were doing trend analysis, if we had a ministry that took data very serious, after every Christmas, we tend to have this situation.
Okay.
After every Christmas. If you like, cast your mind back, you may go through your archives. It is the same. So a lot of people come to the cities, especially Accra, during Christmas. It takes a bit of time for them to totally leave the city after Christmas. Maybe from the situation we ease from February to March. And so it is the problem. Now, we must still go back and deal with what the issues are. The rail he spoke of. We have rail lines here. Even if we are not gotten to the time that we will have underground trains and so on and so forth, Accra to Tema, the rail line, what is happening to it? What is so difficult that we cannot put it to use? We have Accra to Nsawam. What is wrong with that line? What is the ministry's position on that matter? That is what must concern you. Because you see, no matter the number of buses we put on the road, it will not solve the problem. In fact, it will even deteriorate the roads faster than we all anticipate. So we need to have a shift of focus from this road to rail. At least that is the cheapest one we can.
So that's the long-term goal.
It's immediate because the lines are there. It's home to Accra. Is the lines not there?
I mean, we would have to purchase the...
The last time you were in this country, when people told us that they have bought a train from Poland.
Yes.
You see, in this country, we usually forget the MPP administration with the fanfare, only to be told that someone went and placed a track across the rail.
On the first day of testing.
Ever since I've never sighted. Have you seen the train? That train before?
So we know that story, but in the interim,
criminally minded people, they have swindled us with this train. You don't want us to discuss. In the interim, let's go.
In the interim, the concern we're having right now.
Yes.
How does the transport ministry? How do they solve it? The vice president is scheduled to meet the Ministry of Transport today.
Yes.
This morning.
Yeah.
What do you want to discuss at that meeting? But before that, I'm asking the approach that government has adopted in solving the crisis now. Is it proper, in your opinion?
The approach has been to get some buses to be doing rounds in the evenings and in the morning. Is that not the case?
And the task force too.
And the task force is not. You see, when you have the bulk of the buses in the hands of the private sector, you cannot force them. It's just like the rental situation we have in Accra. You can't force landlords and landladies. The law is so clear. Don't take more than 6 months' rent. But they take 2 years. Is that the case? The issue then becomes demand and supply. So that there has to be a dialogue. It is the reason why I will still go back to the ministry. Every city that has been able to manage its transport well, they have what we call an authority that manages transportation. You go to Cairo, they have Cairo Transport City Management. Even Nigeria here, that Lagos seems not to be properly organized. They have the authority. So the ministry, together with the assembly, the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, must be having a transport authority that will be regulating. So some of these matters would have been long discussed there
and dealt with
without now going to have a dialogue. What dialogue are you going to have? Because the dialogue you are having, people are still at the various stations struggling. You understand? Now, beyond that, the short-term measure is that not that there are no buses available. But we must begin to have this system of feeders. By feeders, what we mean? I know we have big buses that are around. There has to be a design where those coming from, say, Kaswa, the trot-trots will be bringing them to, say, Malam Junction. You understand? And then the big buses will pick them from the Malam Junction to the city center.
Right.
That's the interim. So that there could be that fast movement of vehicles on our road. Because if you say all of them should come to Accra, I'm telling you, by one trip, all of them will be stuck in traffic.
It will be the same thing, counterproductive.
Yes. So in the interim, let's try and then design that. And they can do it. They can easily do it. Secondly, the ministries, that seems to have a chunk of those that are doing the formal sector business. All of them must begin to have a staff busing arrangement. So that the Ministry of Local Government cannot tell me that you don't have a busing system that picks your workers to and from work.
Okay. I have.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Your name, and when I say your name, I mean Ayalolo has been mentioned throughout the conversation since this crisis began. What role is Ayalolo expected to play in reducing the crisis we find ourselves in?
Thank you, and a good morning to your listeners. The cry for Ayalolo during these times is legit, because the Ayalolo BRT was brought in to ease congestion and to speed up travel times in the capital city. The Ayalolo BRT was supposed to run on dedicated lanes where available, or other special means. I mean, they were not supposed to be in traffic with the other buses, as we find to be the situation now. So right away, there's been a challenge. The congestion issues and the travel time delays still exist because the BRT had challenges, infrastructural challenges and financial challenges as well. So we are doing what we can. We've downgraded from the BRT system, we are currently doing what we call the quality bus service, which is an upgrade of what the minibuses, the trotros are doing. So the buses are caught up in traffic just like any other commercial vehicle. So the very essence or the very purpose of, making speeding up travel time and avoiding congestion has been defeated. So these are some of the challenges.
Right. Justice, you've spoken eloquently about the traffic situation, but Ayalolo is expected to have a number of buses to help reduce the traffic situation. That is not what we're seeing right now. A lot of your buses, a huge number of them, are not able to work on the roads because they are not in good conditions, because a lot of them are faulty, spare parts and all of that. You've not mentioned how we arrived at that point. Is it a poor maintenance culture on the part of the management or the managers of the Ayalolo company? What has that got to do with the situation?
All right. So we all know 245 BRT buses were brought in November to start the Ayalolo service in November 2016.
True.
Out of the 245 buses, about 72 of those buses were taken to other parts of the country by the powers that be. They were taken away. So right away the numbers, came down. And then to keep ourselves going and demand from other places, some of the buses, as I speak to you, we have some services that we do at University of Cape Coast, and then the University of Allied Health at Hull, and then some other services. So we currently have about 115, 120 operational buses on the corridor as we speak. And on the 5 traditional corridors, the Dodoa, Adenta, through 37 to the city center. We have Amasaman, Pokwase, the city center. We have Kaswa. We operate from Obuom and Ofako.
So the 115 buses, all of them are on the roads as we speak?
Yes, as we speak today, we have about 112, 150 buses on the corridors as we speak, as I talk to you right now.
So if we come to your terminal, we wouldn't see broken down vehicles, or you didn't add that to the number?
If you go to the terminal right now, if you go, that's not the terminal, that's the workshop.
Yes.
At Achimota, our workshop. So, like I'm saying, we've been in operation. November this year will be 10 years. So we have some broken down buses. I mean, some of the buses have been involved in terrible accidents and they've been grounded. And some of the buses have maintenance issues that they go to the workshop and then they go out. So, for example, on the Amasaman corridor, you have a bus going to the workshop to be worked on. Just about when it's going out, you have a bus coming from a Adenta corridor going in. So at this point in time, you have buses moving in and out. So if you are not careful, you think most of the buses have been parked there, but that's not really the situation, because you have buses going in and out of the workshop on a daily basis to have maintenance work.
So you're telling us that as we speak, you have about 112 buses that are worthy to work on our roads, and they are working right now?
They are cut across the 5 main corridors that I just mentioned. Yes.
I see. But the thinking of many is that they do not see you. You're not on the market. You're not taking advantage of the problem.
Boss, how many commuters do we have in the city? How many commuters do we have? And 105 buses being caught up in traffic. Their return journeys are not that frequent. What can we do? If their return journeys are that frequent, they are able to go, come, they will be that effective, because the travel time has been lessened. But here is the case: a journey that is supposed to take an hour is taking 2-3 hours. How many return journeys can we do before the day ends? So these are some of the challenges we are having.
So at the moment, how many of your buses are not working?
So we have less than 10 buses grounded. They have terrible accident issues, they've been grounded. And we have close to 13, 15 buses moving in and out of the workshop for regular maintenance works.
So yesterday, my colleague Christian Yali, he was at your workshop, what I initially referred to as a terminal, and we can count, we're watching on Facebook right now, we can count more than 10 buses parked, spoiled, unusable, or not in use. But you're telling us that you have just about 10 of them parked. I mean, it's hard to reconcile the numbers based on what we saw yesterday and what the real situation on the ground is.
You counted how many buses parked unusable?
Certainly more than 10.
Are you sure about that figure?
Very certain.
I told you that
join us on Facebook. You'd see it there. You would see it there.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying, that we've been in operation for 10 years. We definitely have some buses grounded, but those buses are not more than 10. The buses with serious issues that are grounded are not more than 10. We have buses parked there that are buses with minor maintenance issues that will move out of the workshop as soon as works are being completed on them. So I do agree that some buses have been parked there because of their condition, but they are certainly not the numbers that I think you are projecting here.
I see.
If you have time, if you have time, you can come with me and your reporter, whoever.
Justice, we were there only yesterday, but I mean, let's move the conversation forward. So as we speak, is there the likelihood or is there the possibility that you can move from the places where demand is not very high to the areas where demand is high right now? And I'm talking about the Central Business District and the various bus stops in Accra.
Yes, so that's exactly what we are doing right now. What we are doing is the very corridors that we are operating on, the demands are equally very high on those corridors. I mean, you don't want to tell me on the Adenta Medina stretch, the demands are not there through Shiashi. The demands are there. You don't want to tell me on the Ashiaman Tema route, the demands are not there. Not to talk of Kaswa, not to talk of Amasama and Pukwase. So it's an issue that we are trying to find a lasting solution.
Okay. Justice, stay on the line for me. Emmanuel Coting is here in the studio with me, as well as Solomon Ullo. So they have a few questions to ask because they cannot understand or they cannot seem to marry what we're seeing from yesterday, the videos we captured from the Ayalolo area where you put your buses yesterday and what you're telling us. They cannot seem to understand it. So they have a few questions for you, and then we'll move the conversation on and talk about other subjects. Please.
Justice,
Very well,
good morning.
Yes, boss. Good morning, sir.
Okay, Justice, good morning. I guess you are listening. In fact, if you could kindly join us on Facebook. You see, we want to build a country. It looks as if you have been programmed by your bosses like a robot to speak a particular language.
Let's be friendly.
In fact, it's not about being friendly. It's about lives that, look, we are talking about lives. Look, people walk miles, wake up at dawn, walk distances because of inefficiencies in the system. And these are videos we are watching live. Only yesterday your reporter was here. His excuse is that this year will be the 10th anniversary of Ayalolo, and they have about 10 buses that are grounded. So what we are watching, what is it? What is this? So I think that we have to credit Ghanaians with some respect. You understand? We can't continue to do things the same way and expecting different results.
Exactly.
And my good brother must understand that he has relatives who are suffering these things.
Exactly.
He has friends who are suffering these things. Let's speak truth to power and get the system resolved.
Exactly.
I know you have to protect your work, but this is not how we protect our jobs. Sometimes we let integrity prevail over other things, especially when we are all seeing the thing black and white, and you are telling us that it's charcoal. How do I comprehend this? Or the classroom we sat is different from the classroom you sat. And this is a reporter reporting live. And what even got me, in this mode is when he said, if you like, you can come and he'll take you there. What, do you have a different yard from this one?
Mr. Kwesi, you're not asking him a question, ask him a question.
So please, Mr. Justice, let's be honest with the system. We want to fix the system.
So,
and even the buses
yes,
here,
yes.
you can count more than 20. Look at
Solomon, your question.
Mr. Safo, good morning. I just heard you say that it's 112 buses that are working. Are you by that saying that you have 133 buses not working? And if they are not working, what's the issue with the buses?
Well, I made mention, if you permit me, I wanted to respond to, is it Mr. Kwashi?
Emmanuel Kotin.
Mr. Kote, thank you, sir. I mean, it's an issue that we are all concerned about, and respectfully, we will not come and try to, play on the intelligence of Ghanaians.
Justice, please stay on the line with me. Christian Yali, he was a reporter who was at the Ayalolo area yesterday. Let's connect with him. Christian, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Please clarify for us, what was the situation when you went to the Ayalolo area yesterday?
Crosby, in fact, when it gets there, because we were not allowed direct access into the yard, we just observed things from the exterior, from outside.
What did you see?
What we saw was a very ugly picture. A lot of the buses that are not having their tires fixed, so they are completely
Christian,
grounded.
when you say a lot, how many is a lot?
There are in tens of them. I could count from outside about 40 buses.
Say again, 40, Christian, 40.
Yes. They could count up to 40, and there are other VIP buses as well that are parked there.
Oh, but Christian, Justice says that they are less than 10.
No. They cannot be less than 10. Even when you look at the video, that we shot from outside, right from the gate all the way to the back there, the buses are more than 10. As for 10, it is more than 10.
Christian, thank you.
More than 10. You can show him the video to watch the video himself. There are more than 10 buses in that yard.
So, Christian, thank you. Christian, thank you so much. Christian Yali is a reporter who was at the Ayololo area yesterday, and then he says that he saw more than 40 buses.
It's true. Look at the
and then the video evidence we have to corroborate the same. But Justice, please help us understand. I mean,
so I'm saying that we have buses that have terminal issues, buses that have accident issues, and some deep issues that have been grounded. I said that. And I'm also saying that buses do come in and go out on daily basis for maintenance work. So I don't know if your reporter is lumping all those buses together or is stating categorically that they have 40 buses that are grounded, which I'm saying cannot be the case. Because with the 245 buses were brought in, 70-something were taken out, do the math. And we are having some services across the country. We are running some services at the airport, about 10 buses. We have some services at the Kumasi airport. We have some shuttle service at UCC and Ho. Take that from the number. And then the number of buses on the corridor. And then how do you arrive at 40 buses being grounded? I mean, unless we had more than 245 buses. So I'm saying that buses are grounded. That's true. We are not denying that fact. But it's not the number that you are trying to project.
Okay.
That's all we are saying.
Okay.
I don't see any
So let me have a last bite.
Justice, thank you. Justice, thank you. Thank you so much, Justice. We appreciate your time with us.
Thank you, sir.
Justice K. Safo is the Public Relations Officer of the Ayalolo bus service. And gentlemen, you're not happy at all, are you?
No, Crosby, let me conclude by saying that what Justice has done this morning even puts the matter beyond redemption. You see, when you are given a working capital, buses of 245, it is not for them to come and tell us 10 years after that they have not improved on it. They were given the buses to run it and be improving the fleet
and buy new
the demand at that time is not the demand now.
So by now we must be hearing of Ayalolo buses to the tune of 500,000. You are not ashamed of that. You are rather fighting with a reporter who did a meticulous job showing us videos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even this side alone is about 15. You go to the other side about 20, and you come and tell us that that reporter is wrong. What kind of life is this?
It is even wrong for them to have denied the reporter.
What sort of life is this?
What are they hiding? This is a public institution to serve the public. Is that not it?
What
you are lucky a reporter is even coming to even champion issues.
More than 10. This side alone. Then you look straight into our faces and say that it is not up to 10. And you want us to take you serious? We cannot be doing that to ourselves.
So, you see, this is my conclusion aspect of it. So,
yes.
I think as a country, we need a serious national transport plan.
That is the point.
You see, if we had a national transport plan, it doesn't matter who is the minister.
But you see, the policy must be coming from the minister.
No. What drives the policy? The plan.
Yes.
In the absence of the plan, how would the policy come?
Yes.
You see the challenge.
Right.
And we also have to be intentional with our infrastructure development.
Yes.
Our roads are so bad.
Yes.
And it's given car owners a lot of headaches. Spare parts
watch Facebook right now, and I'm trying to understand. Justice, it's not working. Only 80 out of the 445 Ayalolo buses are in operation, and that is as of yesterday, 15 January 2026. But Justice says, the PRO says that 115.
No, the guy came to lie. He came to lie.
Anyways,
we can't go.
We cannot.
He came to lie before the Ghanaian people.
I think that the Minister of Transport,
and this is from
the CEO,
acting managing director of the Greater Accra Passenger Transport Executive.
How can you come and lie like that, young man?
It as well.
Journalists, over to you. Don't let these things slip. This guy must be put to the strictest of proof. And it even shows that he's not fit for the work he's occupying there.
From today to go, I cannot take any word that comes from his
because
if I am
anything that comes from them,
shown evidence, and you are saying no, that is not the case. How can I take subsequent issues serious?
So you see, we also forget something. Our local contractors are not helping us. If you go on paper, you see the amount of money government have voted.
It's corruption.
And a road that is supposed to last 10 years, a contractor does it under 6 months.
And are you blaming the contractor? There are consultants who are supposed to vet the roads and approve their payment certificate. What sort of work do they do? The last time we were told by the Minister of Finance that, but for his intervention, people were going to take about $1 billion Ghana cedi or so for no work done. And I've challenged the minister that what is preventing from exposing to us the company, the consultant, and so on and so forth, that approved that transaction so that we go and grab them. We grab them.
Excellent. So the institutional problem I'm talking about, is that not the same thing? If the institutions were working, these things would not happen in the first place. But don't let us also forget something. The rural folks.
Yes.
The feeder road system is not equally not good for our people in the rural and that is what is driving the rural-urban migration. And our cities are what? Are choked. So government should be intentional and spread development across.
Government should be intentional.
Are there. No one will have the appetite to come here. People are just sleeping on the streets.
Certainly. This is still Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. We have to talk about other subjects as well. About two more before we leave the studio this morning. Well, this one is concerning Ken Ofori-Atta, the former finance minister. Well, U.S. ICE has confirmed Ken Ofori-Atta overstayed his visa, and then they have described the former finance minister has described Ghana's former finance minister, Kenneth Nanayo Furiata, as an illegal alien who has overstayed his permitted admission. ICE adds that the former finance minister's conduct amounts to a violation of U.S. immigration law, which could result in deportation. An ICE spokesperson provided this clarification in a correspondence with TV3's Joseph Akable. The journalist contacted the immigration office with the aim of understanding the circumstances surrounding the arrest of Mr. Furiata by posing the following questions. Number 1, are you currently holding a Ghanaian national by name Kenneth Nanayo Furiata? What is the basis for the detention if he's been held? Has there been any judicial processes since his detention? Are you aware there is a pending request for his extradition to Ghana by the government of Ghana? If you are aware of 4, did it influence the decision to detain him, and do you have any intention to extradite him to Ghana? Number 6 is that are there any publicly available documents relating to his detention? Are you able to share with me? Now listen to the response of this person. There have been multiple reports on why Ofuriata was arrested. While some publications have suggested his visa was revoked, others linked his arrest to Ghana's extradition requests. Kenneth Nanayo Ofuriata is an illegal alien from Ghana that is facing corruption-related charges in his home country. Listen to this illegal alien. He entered the United States on... You know the story already. But, Mr. Koting, this is the latest from the U.S. concerning our former finance minister, a former cabinet minister, a very important person in the running of Ghana. Just a few months ago, now he's been described as an illegal alien. What is happening? Where did we go wrong?
My brother, the Ken Ofuriata's saga seemed to be unending. And I think Ken has not been fair to his party, the party that gave him the opportunity to serve as a finance minister.
Right.
And the good people of this country. In fact, I've said it countless times here with my good brother Ullo. Now, if Ken knows he has done nothing, simply come home. Why are you doing this theatrics? And from all indications, look at even the resident he's living in the United States of America. Very expensive residence. And I know Ken is from a family who are well-to-do, but I can also remember that prior to the 2016 elections, Ken was on the traffic lights taking coins from citizens to contribute to a change that we so desire in this country. So what happened to that change, Ken? And you see, Ken and Co are setting very bad examples that tomorrow somebody will come with brilliant ideas to save this country, and the good people of this country will say, well, we saw those kind of things in the past and nothing has happened. And so if you recall, those days we said Nana Akufo-Addo was from a rich home, he's elderly, he has not got anything to lose, he doesn't need our money. He was coming to ride the heels of his late father
to rescue Ghana
and rescue Ghana. At a point with he drank Calipo to demonstrate how down to earth he was. But when he became president, he became the Nicaraguan of our time. And to be honest, Ken is not helping the cause of the party. If you look at the party at its current state, I think we all need to do self-reflection and help the party to come back to its former glory, because we need a very credible opposition party to keep the NDC government in check.
Maybe
that is the beauty of
that's
democracy.
That's why the UP is here.
And I think that the UP, they are not. I've not seen better alternatives come from the UP. Don't hijack me. Your time will come. Let me flow. Because I think UP is an opposition party. MPP is an opposition party, just like any other parties. And in the scheme of things, you see opposition parties coming together to ride the heels of the government in power. But what I've seen my brother do is that he tells me that the government is too early and we have to wait till after a year or two before we can criticize NDC. And if you go to many platforms, and Solo, I looked through social media when we started. Charlie, you were one in town. Everybody says Solo, Solo, Solo. Last week, in the new year, after our program, you recall, I went back to social media, and people are tagging you as a spokesperson of the NDC.
I don't have a problem.
So, do you want to respond to that?
It shouldn't be so. You are a fine gentleman. And I know there's no way Solo will ever go
only
to
patronizing
NDC.
me, you know?
I'm not patronizing you. Listen, Solo. Listen. Perception matters.
Yes, it does.
You are done.
Look
You are
at
done.
Ebo is here. Ebo has been straightforward. Ebo has been straightforward. Except that sometimes he died his bourgeoisie and I say, but this one you are backtracked to. So you see, when you do that to NDC, don't be solely headed.
So are you a spokesperson to the NDC?
First of all,
so you
between me and Kuti, I have criticized NDC more than any other person.
Okay.
In fact, this morning, what did I do? I called for the sacking of
the transport minister.
Is the transport minister a member of the MPP or the United Party? I have criticized. Look, no opposition party. I was the first person to even call into question what's the name, the man in charge of 24-hour economy. When his appointment came,
Gusitano,
the very night. But it's normal for people to think that when there are no issues to criticize, you must go on that.
So you don't speak for government.
No,
let's talk about.
So the point really is that, and let me address this issue too, that we are in opposition, MPPs and opposition, we must team up and then criticize the government. Do we criticize for criticizing sake, or you do constructive criticism?
Criticism is.
Mind you, we are all we are all competitors in the game. How can we work together with a bunch of corrupt individuals to criticize the government? What moral turpitude? Whom are we discussing? Ken Oforiatta, someone that was described by Nana Akufo-Addo in 2018 as a national asset to the state. So, in the mind of Nana Akufo, was fully looting us. Is that what Nana Akufo-Addo was telling us? That come back to your own country. As a former finance minister, someone that loved the country so much, at the point he was sick, he told us that, no, he loved Ghana, so he would work.
He won't abandon his children.
No, but because of him, I have set new standards for myself, and I have different principles. That I never trust anybody that wears white. Never trust.
Kuting is wearing a.
I'm coming there. Never trust anybody that keeps the hair down. Never trust anybody that quotes the Bible.
Is that the gospel according to Solomon?
Never trust anybody who comes to government and say, I'm not taking a salary.
Okay, Kuting, you're not in government.
You understand?
I'm not saying you're not taking it. It's only two that matches your white and
the man came here and he's trying to do otherwise. So.
Solo has created another gospel in the Bible. The gospel according to Solomon.
So, Ken Oforiatta says he's not coming. He's not coming.
Oh, he must be brought back.
He is fighting his extradition to Ghana.
Yes.
This is the land of your birth.
His ICE detention conversation as well.
No.
You understand?
He can't fight it now. Look, let's put this forward. I'm sure Ghanaians saw the detention center, the bed. Our former finance minister is being holed up in. This is a disgrace to Ghana.
Yes.
What have you done? You are run away.
No, he said he hasn't done anything.
International media is beaming a man who once sat at international
but you know what even makes it very serious is that when this matter
for me and you and our children.
When this whole matter started, what were you told by his lawyers? They presented a situation as though Ken Oforiatta would die tomorrow.
And well.
No, from all indications.
These lawyers we have in this country.
I think Davis.
So what do they know that we don't know? Frank Davis and
Davis. I think
he even came to insult us the last time that is it Palm Kenya or that is in Ken Oforiatta. Hey! If Ken Oforiatta comes to this country, it will not add a cent to my life.
Right.
What I'm saying is that if he knows where the monies are, he can be in the US and just show us. 1 billion is here, 2 billion is here, 3 billion, and then we go and take it. If we take it, I'll be the first person to say he shouldn't come. We don't need him. What do we need him for?
Are they looking for some money? As far as I'm aware, government has not come out with anything.
No, they have charged me in court. 78 charges.
78 counts.
Over the
PDS,
SML.
National Cathedral, SML,
GRA.
and they didn't even add the 52 billion that got missing in the GCB account. All these things are there.
The good news is that the United States government is saying they are not going to stand in the way of Ghana.
No, we don't care. We don't care whether.
And the better news is that once he's in detention by ISIS, and I was talking to a lawyer, an immigration lawyer, who told me that, look, there are two things. When you have a visa to enter the United States of America, you have 6 months.
Yes.
To go in and come out, even though you have 5 years. And that's what he was doing. But his visa at a point expired.
Expired, yes.
And he applied to regularize
somewhere in
it.
November.
And it's not a given.
No, that you'll be having a permanent residence.
Resident.
And now that they have even banned Ghana, they say they should stop all processing of permanent.
So he's coming home. Ken Ofurata is coming home.
The man doesn't want to come in.
So
the new thing that I'm hearing.
Welcome him at the airport.
Of course.
Welcome him.
We are the
He's
only people
home.
who are protecting him now. We want him to come.
Home.
So Ken must come. So that we deal with the issues. Because if we don't do that, on what basis would we be going after those in this administration?
Yes.
That we allow people to get away with our money. Look at the Pualugu issue.
So Ken is the poster boy for the oral.
But he's not coming alone. He's coming with Sedinam.
Yes,
Sedinam
has been
nabbed. The Foreign Affairs Minister indicated that processes are also advanced.
It's long overdue.
Yeah, so Ken is coming with Sedinam.
So Sedinam has been arrested and she's in custody of the United States.
Yes.
Following the execution of an extradition request submitted by the Ghanaian authorities. So yes, we expect that Sedinam will also arrive in Ghana.
Because you see, if we don't do that,
you see, until Ken returns to Ghana, NDC, MPP can never entangle itself.
Even when
from
it comes, it becomes worse.
Corruption
No. Even when it comes, it becomes worse for the MPP administration. He will still remain a member of the MPP administration.
But listen.
And nobody will allow him to get away from the MPP administration.
But listen.
And corruption will be identified with the party.
Solo.
What are you talking about?
No, let's put the issues in perspective.
What are the issues?
Look, Ken is alleged to have committed a crime.
Yes.
If Ken returns, you face the court.
Yes.
If the court finds him guilty, he will serve his time.
Yes.
So that there should not be a collateral damage on the entire.
When the party is saying that he should
and look, anybody who is connected to any of these things will be dealt with. Look at the past. Dr. Solomon was.
He was dealt with. He even died.
Was dealt with.
Yeah.
Kwame Papra
was dealt with.
Sepayanki. There was no collateral damage on the MPP. No, there was no collateral damage. So let's
maybe not as much as Ken's.
As for Ken's situation, it's a collateral damage to the Look, you know why? The party's members of parliament.
MPP.
If you are going to,
they should charge MPP.
So we have to.
Has the MPP told you they have a problem with them being associated with Kinofurata?
Of course.
What was that? Are you a member of the MPP?
Me? I'm a member of the MPP.
I know you are talking. So now
I'm a member.
Yeah. You see, with the small.
That's what you want to hear.
He has been exposed. We
have to go.
That
Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Solomon Owusu, the Communications Officer of the United Party. And then Emmanuel Coting. Emmanuel Coting is the Executive Director of the African Center for Security and Counter-Terrorism. Before we go, I'd like to wish a happy birthday to the wife of Emmanuel Coting. So, Frederick, Mr. Coting sent you a few messages. Forward them to me and let's read them on air. And that is the birthday wish from Emmanuel Coting to his wife. This one says, to the woman who makes every day brighter, every challenge bearable, and every dream worth pursuing. Happy birthday, my love. Because you're truly one in a million. In a world of countless possibilities, you are certainly the one I choose. The blessing I celebrate and the partner who completes me, and embody grace, strength and beauty in ways that words can barely capture. Ben is if you are Coting. Happy birthday to you from your husband, Emmanuel. He has words, so he's rapping his wife. Happy birthday to Mr. Alfred Laye from the Ghana Armed Forces Defense Civilian Staff Burma Camp. Happy birthday to you. Wishing you all the best today and in the year ahead. This is from your LS Ajapon Eric. Happy birthday to Agbele Seram Christabel, NASPA National Coordinating Secretary. May God's goodness surround you every day of your life. Wishing you a year filled with joy, love, and God's abundant blessings. Happy birthday, Seram, from the Agbele family in Hope. If you're celebrating your birthday today, happy birthday to you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We'll meet you again on Monday. It's the weekend. I nearly said tomorrow. It's the weekend. Enjoy it. Take care. Remember to stay with us here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7 on Monday at 6 till 10. But stay with us here on 3FM 92.7. Enjoy the rest of our programs. Have a great morning. Bye-bye.